Kill order. Okay. Do it. Do it now. Okay. Clean shot or Operation Clean Shot is a go. Okay, dude. How long in real hours has this guy spoken to Just a Robot for? Why has he got... Bro, why does Beckett use these... Ooh, all the facial expressions, bro. This guy is like a nobody. He's like a nobody, loser, cretin freak. And he's trying to act like he's like, yeah, you want to play the game with me? Okay, so we obviously, dude, this fucking Himpleton thing, unfortunately it is an Aiden debate. I don't know what to tell you. Himpleton doesn't want to talk to me, but Aiden challenged him on his stream. So maybe there's some content here. We'll see, okay? And listen, if you don't like Aiden, guys, I got some really good news for you. Guess who joins later? Guess who joins later? Xylie. Xylie joins later. Okay. So don't worry, guys. We've got some banging content ahead of us, okay? Don't you fucking worry. So anyway, I made this video here, right? Which was talking about Himpleton being a total freak who is, for some reason, deciding to knock about with total morons, such as Just a Robot. And this is on the basis of, you know, a clip, essentially, where he was talking about... Well, we'll play the intro to the video just to give you a little teaser. Shelby, you've been trying to wind me up all day. Enough. I'm sick of the sight of you, to be honest, okay? Stop. Look at him, dude. That is the face of a man who is extremely dishonest. Possibly Jewish. Himpleton's hopping on a call with Just a Robot, whilst Just a Robot gets jerked off by his big black housemate. Okay, I mean... That was more the funny bits. But anyway, the point is, he's knocking about Just a Robot. I talked about him coming on stream to talk about this. Because he sent me this big fucking diatribe after this video came out. Just a Robot teams up with commentary laughingstock for allegation response video. And he sent me this big fucking screed. Gonna be totally real. The whole story about jar stuff was completely off. I'm not too worried. I'm not going to read all of this. You get the gist, okay? He's telling me that I'm off in what I'm saying, right? And he comes up with all this excuses, and he's doing a retrospective like June the King, and that's why he was talking to him. I was just listening to what Jar had to say. He's shouting me out because of the first call that you've already listened to. He was going to tell me, but didn't want to because he thought he'd be being annoying if he did that. What I'll also say about the funny allegations is he didn't know it was live. He thought the idea of getting a small part in Jar's video was funny. And yeah, he's trying to be transparent with me. Now, the first thing that I think about this, okay, is why are you sending me all of these words? All of these words suggest to me that you've got, like, something to hide or, you know... You've got, like, something that you're trying to cover up. Because it should be simple to explain something like this. But instead, I've got this big, lengthy fucking screed. I've been banging on about a bunch of random shit. Okay? So, I don't really understand what the purpose of all of this is. And you can see here, I asked him to come on stream. And I fucked up, I misread it, it's my bad. He said to read this off stream. I ended up reading it on stream before, hence why this screenshot came out. And then he sent me up some other stuff as well, which was, you know, kind of annoying as well. Let me just get this quickly. I don't normally like doing this, but fuck it. I need to show you because I wanted to speak to him. I thought it would be good content. You know, kind of Colton-esque conversation could be fun. But he then didn't want to come on. He deleted some comments that I saw. You'll have to take my word for it. But he deleted some comments where basically he said, oh, how could you possibly have misread it? Which is a fair comment. I misread it. That's my L to take. So he says he's going to go to sleep. Then I can hop on if you have questions. Sure. Let me know tonight. So if you have any questions, I'll plan to come on tomorrow. Come on stream to talk. When are you available? Yeah, I already made it clear. I'd appreciate you reading it off stream. Then tomorrow, if you have any questions, I'll come on. I can't today. I said it on your stream. I misread your message. I'm not streaming tomorrow, but can do Thursday if you want. Sure. So I think he's going to come on Thursday, and we're going to fucking talk out this issue and this disagreement. Because, you know, it's not a big, massive deal. This guy's a small creator, but I'm very, you know, like, big on getting things right and being correct and being accurate. So if I've stated something wrong, if I've got something wrong about what happened here, I'm happy to talk about the situation with the person involved in order to hash it out and figure out what's going on, okay? So even though he's a small creator, this isn't a massive deal. If someone is saying that I've got something wrong, that gets my back up, and I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. If I've got it wrong, let's talk about it and hash it out. Wasn't trying to pull any cloak and dagger shit. I was just about to go to sleep and figured you were streaming soon, so wanted to give you an explanation. I'd be happy to have an actual convo about it on stream Thursday. But then he says here, I made a mistake. I'm continuing my break as of now. I'm just focusing on stuff behind the scenes rather than focusing on streams. I don't think it's a good idea to dig myself in a deeper hole than I already am in. I'm just not interested in showing up on your stream as it stands because I don't want to misspeak again or say something retarded. Right, okay. And it's like, so you're saying that I've got substantive things wrongs in this coverage and sending me this big fucking screed. And I'm like, okay, well, hop on and we can talk about what it is that I've got wrong. And then, you know, the next day he's going, oh, no, I don't want to come on, actually. I made some mistakes. What mistakes have you made? What's going on? Like, what is happening here, dude? I'm so confused, bro. And then, and I don't have this to hand, this DM leaks of him talking to this goblin person who was one of these other fucking retards that was involved trying to help Cinebear. And Himpleton was talking to this goblin retard and being like, all people want me to kick you out the server. Bigger creators are putting pressure on me and stuff like that. And it's like, why are you fucking being so like nice to this person and this retard who is like totally fucked their own reputation up by trying to help a fucking nonce? Not as bad as Just a Robot, but even so. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I didn't think to bring all this up, so I'm a bit lost. Leah something. Yes, you've probably got it, haven't you? Yeah, we're going to watch Beckett's video afterwards, but I wanted to quickly show it now. And it's just like, you know, it's so funny to me because like people like, dude, I'm so sick. I'm always sick of like a lot of these small creators. And it's like, they want to participate and they want to get involved and they want, and you know, I don't have a problem with that. And I encourage and want small creators to flourish and succeed because I'm a nice guy. Okay. But people go about it in like the worst, most retarded possible way. Where I'm just like, why are you acting so weird about this, bro? Why are you knocking about in private calls with Just a Robot? Why are you speaking to this goblin person and being way too nice to them when they're a total joke and they've totally fucked their own reputation up by trying to defend Cinebear? You know? So anyway, you talk to Aiden. Now look, okay? I do agree that Aiden is really fucking annoying. And, you know, but he doesn't want to come and speak to me. Himpleton had a return stream last night. And from what I can understand, you know, this is about as good as it's going to get. So let's... Wait,
what do you mean by that?
Like, you had this person around in your circles. A lot of people knew that this person had like swept for Jar, had like made this crazy ass statement.
Swept for Jar? You mean Kumo?
Or sorry, Kumo. Yeah, but I guess yeah, sorry, I didn't mean Jar. Had swept for Kumo. You kept this person in your circles. So what did you see in them? Like, what was what did you like about them? Why'd you have them around?
They were very informed with some ACC stuff, and like as I'd be talking about stuff on streams and stuff like that, they would send me info that like and clips and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, right. So I wasn't wrong about my dude, bro. There is nothing that is going to infuriate me more than erroneously claiming that I've got something wrong in my coverage in order to fucking cover your own fucking back, dude. Right? So this fucking loser was talking to me, trying to send me a big screed, telling me how wrong I got stuff. Then went on to say, oh, I made a mistake. I don't want to talk about this. And now he's here getting challenged on knocking about with these freaks. Like this goblin person, because they happen to send you stuff for stream that's good sometimes. Dude. Dude, I wish I'd known this was going on. I don't normally, I don't like to step on other people's toes and stuff, right? But I would have fucking opted in and fucking had a... Dude, I would have hopped into this if I'd known.
Got you. Okay, I got you. Now, I guess, Beckett, what issue did you take with Himpleton having this person around?
I didn't take issue with Himpleton having Goblin around.
Yeah.
I spoke to Himpleton and said, that whole thing was basically... Sorry, I'm just going to set out a baseline. I had a conversation with Himpleton because Himpleton has had multiple sort of fireside chats about the streams he does, like the fallout from them, how people see them, and what Himpleton wants. Now,
oh my god, dude. Multiple fireside chat is basically someone's acting like a retard, someone's acting like a spurg, they're making themselves look bad, and they need to be spoken to by a bigger or different creator in order to talk them out of it and convince them and tell them as to why they're doing something wrong. Okay? Multiple fireside chats are bad news because it's showing that they can't have a capacity to learn or know what is and isn't best and stuff like that, Now, to be fair, I do speak from experience on this, and, I've definitely had people that have knocked about who, in hindsight, I probably should have, cut ties with sooner. When someone is like going on stream and talking about embarrassing things and bad things that happen when they're a child in a drunken mess, like that's the kind of person you don't want to be close to because they're just going to end up, that the stink of their retardation is going to end up brushing off on you, right? And this Himpleton guy, he's retarded himself in what he's doing, and then he's got other people around him that are also retarded, so it just is a big old stinky mess, basically. And he doesn't seem to be able to learn or understand or grasp why what he's doing is so fucking stupid. And he just keeps making the same mistakes, Oh, hey, Beckett, how's it going? So, yeah, it's very, very irritating to have had my coverage called into question. And it turns out that this guy... He's a liar. Himpleton is a fucking liar, okay? And you cannot work with a liar. It just doesn't pan out.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck if people listen to my opinions. I'm surprised any of you do. But what I take issue with is the fact that I have had 3 different people from different groups now send me messages of, are you trying to blackball people? Are you trying to tell people how to run their shows and their content? Because that's what's swirling. And then I saw the DM between Goblin and Himpleton, and that's like the baseline. So
good to know, Jack.
If you disagree with me, say you disagree with me, that's fine. Like in the clip I showed, we're not telling you how to run your stream. We're telling you about the impacts that might have on how people see you. That's not me blackballing. I don't give a fuck. My biggest thing is people telling me I don't blackball people enough, frankly. So I can't.
Can we talk about how gaunt and sickly Aiden looks? Does he go full screen later? Oh no. I'm going to have to look at his fucking face. Oh no.
Kind of want to know why you had a stream with me, went to Goblin and said a ton of larger YouTubers will say they'll say weird things about the server if I keep you, when that's not what we said at all. And also, final point, just last one. Also, I was fucking right. Xylie and I said to you that Goblin is a liability and that will reflect on you. And look where you fucking are.
Exactly. No, absolutely. You are.
Bro. Dude. This is the dude. It's like this is like the newer version of like old dramas involving RFC Spurgs being morons, and eventually it coming out and stuff like that. When someone sits there and made repeated mistakes and fuck ups, like for example when he got his nose put out of joint because Lyrics raided Queeman, right? And he lied about that, and then he sits there. That was fucking stupid. And then he's fucked up here and he sits there and goes, yeah, you're right. You're right about that. It's like, bro, how many times do you need to learn that you're fucking like up and left, right, and center and doing stupid decisions and making stupid fucking moves?
I said this just like, albeit briefly, and I know that you've been busy. Like, I haven't expected you to like fucking see this or anything. But like I said, kind of explain this in call. Sorry, DM. But basically,
bro, he looks so Jewish. He looks so Jewish. It's unbelievable.
Like, as you said, like, I was majority fucking agreeing on that call. I even brought up an example as to why I was not.
He's the love child of Brittany, Simon, and Destiny.
Thank you for the $5. Yeah, I can see it, definitely.
Like, really starting to not trust her.
What,
like,
dude?
it was a conversation.
Why are you going full screen to shrink the call size down so one of the participants is a tiny little fucking ant on the stream? Make the Discord call full screen. What are you doing? Why are you full screen now? And you got a little tiny ant person that you got to sit Himpleton trapped in a little fucking... Himpleton's trapped in the crystal. He's put Himpleton in the crystal.
Conversation more than anything, or at least that's how it felt to me. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, to me it felt like it was just a conversation.
Himpleton is in the jar.
I fucked up by like being overly nice to Goblin, and not just that, but like, and that's what I apologize for in DMs, just like throwing y'all under the bus. I
don't understand why, because that was
okay. Like, look, I've been too nice sometimes, right? I've been too nice. We've all been too nice at one time or another, right? But it's like not just being nice, it's being, I mean, I don't really care about like being nice to someone who's defending a pedo or something. It's like guilt by association shit. It's being nice to the point where you're talking to them privately and going like, oh, bigger creators want me to kick you out the server, but don't worry, I'm not going to, right? Be nice enough that if someone is sending you information, you don't stop that from happening, but don't go fucking overboard and become a doormat. Right? That's it. Especially with people that have got like a lot of baggage around them from the retardation they've recently engaged in.
A member's stream. Like, Goblin wouldn't see it. She doesn't come around my content anymore.
And so that was kind of, so I was trying to do that thing where it's like, if you're firing somebody, you're like kind of letting them down easy or whatever. And like, I was being a fucking retard and just didn't think that it would come back around. And so when I said, like, I just didn't say any names in the hopes that she would.
Well, a ton of bigger YouTubers. I'm flattered, but like, let's be honest. I'm fucking D tier at the very best, at best of times. Like, hold on, can we bring these DMs up? Can we just can we bring these up? Because I just want to be clear what we're talking about. Aiden, I've sent them to you. Like, if you bring them up on screen, I'll read them out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're framing this as part of a wider conversation, and it feels like a very short snippet of a conversation, right?
I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share screen so you guys can see. Well, I'm sorry, best streamer ever.
Well, we know. I've been clipping you all fucking night. Right. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Yep.
So it's Yo Himp. Hey, how you doing?
Bro,
yeah.
Do the screen share in the Discord call and have the Discord call on the screen because your camera will be there. And if you need to make it bigger, you can click on the stream to make it a big video. Dude. Bro, this is like basic shit, dude. I know he's new to this, but come on, dude. Use your fucking brain, bro. Why have you put yourself big and... Dude, this is so stupid, dude. We are wanting to see these messages.
Yeah, I'm okay. Still redacted. I'm assuming sick or something. Himpleton, you don't have to if you don't want to, but would really appreciate it. Would the whole... did you see the whole thing with my server? Again, I'm sorry that happened. That's you bringing the server stuff up, not Goblin. Goblin, what happened? No, been offline because sick. Himpleton. Okay, so basically, I got pressured really hard from a ton of bigger YouTubers to let you go from the server, which, again...
And now he's not even sharing the log. Listen. He's new to this or whatever, okay? Can we point out Chud spends hours playing Warzone with this child? Yeah. Sure, why not? He is very annoying, though. I understand you guys not liking this guy. He's very irritating.
Again, wasn't true. We were just like, hey, if you bring this person on without pushback, you're probably going to, people are going to be like, well, why the fuck in the same way like Burn the World's getting with Maggot, like, you're platforming this person to talk shit with no pushback. Yeah. But I still like talking to you, and it doesn't change much for me. I basically just got told if I didn't cut you off from that public way server-wise, they'd go with weird narratives and shit. Don't know what you mean by that. I ain't gonna shit talk.
God, dude. This guy is so fucking cooked, dude. So Himpleton has not even got the fucking ability to say to this person, you've got too much crazy baggage around you, and it looks really bad on me, and associating with you is giving me like a bad image. He's got to fucking lie and pass the bark and go, oh, it's these bigger YouTubers, they're making me do this, guys. If they don't, they're going to fuck me up. This guy is fucking pathetic. This guy is speaking to this goblin freak, total retard, defended Cinny Bear, tried to help them, then desperately tried to wash their hands of the stink, but it didn't go away, so they deleted their fucking channel over it, okay? He's talking to fucking goblin like this. Meanwhile, he's messaging me going, oh, your coverage is wrong. Dude. No wonder this motherfucker didn't want to talk to me.
Talk on you at all, and I did it very quietly, but that's what...
I'm not saying that he needs to, like, be, you know, oh, Chud, you're so amazing, Chud, and this stuff. Just don't fucking bullshit me. Bro. And also, just from, like, a risk perspective, right? Bullshitting a bigger channel, not to suck my own dick, just facts of the numbers. Bullshitting a bigger channel versus being nice as pie to this tiny shitter who's totally irrelevant that ends up deleting their channel because of this controversy. I mean, what are you doing, dude? Your priorities are all fucking over the askew.
What happened?
Yep.
I mean, why bring it up at all?
And this is just like me being, and this is where there's just like a lot of, just honestly, like, not like reflecting, but just like need to improve and like fucking change some shit on my end. I like wanted to, I didn't.
Okay, Himpleton is cooked. He's terrible at this. He hasn't got that instinct. He hasn't got that survival instinct of this is wrong, this is stupid. You make mistakes when you're smaller. Don't get me wrong. It happens. Okay? I've got associations that I've had that I look back on and regret, as you all know and remind me repeatedly. But we're talking here, right, about, you know, the full engagement of what he's doing, talking to me the way he's talking to me, talking to this person. This person has got loads of fucking baggage associated with them. And there's nothing in there thinking, I need to be careful in what I say here. I need to be careful how I approach this, etc. He hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. And he keeps making these fucking mistakes. You know? And it's just repeated at this point.
I didn't want it to seem like it was me like fucking hating her. And I think I just like... at the time, just wanted to defer and like, because look, the only missing context here is just the fact that like she was depressed posting like in my DMs a fucking lot before this.
If someone is depressed posting, that is an immediate sign that they're not worth engaging with. No, thank you, not interested. You know, ignore as much as you can. And if it gets to a point where they don't stop, you need to say, look, you don't have to be rude about it, but you can say, I'm not here for that. You know, I hope you get some help locally, but I'm not here to discuss mental illness like that. That's not what, you know. Like, this dude is getting manipulated by some shitter posting about their mental illness. You're so fucked in the head if that's happening to you.
This, and like, when, so like Yeah, well, I'm not gonna out any personal shit, but like of hers, right? But like she was kind of going through shit personally, not even just
Womp womp. Literally, who cares about some shitter going through personal shit?
with the drama and stuff. And when I banned her from the server, I was just like, oh well, I don't want her to think that like I'm also somebody who hates her. And so, you know, being a pussy, because I could have just been like, hey, like I have a problem with this stuff, and like also it's just kind of a liability, which I feel like she would have understood. I just fucking deferred, and because I knew it was like a membership stream, so like I didn't think she was ever gonna, you know, watch it or anything, and I didn't think that she would know who I was even talking about.
I mean, well,
and, like,
she did, because like I've had a lot of
I know,
DMs about it.
I know,
Right?
I know.
Like that's fine. Like fucking of all the grand schemes of like Beckett's blackballing people, like I give a fuck.
Well,
it's just
and like
it's a weird one to hear, because like you've got to remember, like there's a wider context.
It sounds like Beckett is probably giving this guy good advice. Okay, Beckett is saying this person's bad news. You don't want them around, right? And that's up to Himpleton to decide what he does. And he's decided, yeah, this sounds about right. I'm going to cut the person off, but I'm going to act like it's other people that are making me do this. You know? God, dude, this is so fucking irritating, dude.
To this, dude, because you know you jumped on a live stream. You talked about the fact that you were like having multiple conversations with Jar. You've had like a range of like sort of mini live controversies, and it's like,
gay soy and femboy never to be seen again. Womp womp, cry about your molestation. No balls, pure estrogen dicks. Cry about not being raised. You're done.
Okay, bro, that's a bit much, bro. I just sent this fucking loser a message. You're so full of shit, it's sickening, bro. No wonder you didn't want to come on. And he just replied with a thumbs up. Bro. Okay, dude. Bro. As much as I get called all sorts of things about being a slop channel or whatever, okay, I do take some semblance of like, you know, I want to get things right. I want to say things correctly. I want to make fair assertions based on what if it's available to me. And when someone challenges me on that, that's a big deal to me. Even if you're a small channel, I'm like, okay, well, what have I got wrong? Happy to talk about it. Happy to hash it out. It gets me back up a bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, fuck, what have I got wrong? And then when it turns out that this guy's lying through his fucking teeth, and he's mixing it up with these fucking retards, you know, and now he's getting challenged on it, and he's like, yeah, no, you're right. This is really stupid. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know, and then he's passing the buck to... Dude, it is so fucking obnoxious. It's crazy. You know? Don't fucking challenge what I'm talking about unless you're being honest and truthful and that what I'm saying is wrong. It's so fucking annoying, bro.
it's like one of the core ones is this sort of Queeman thing, and the way that gets painted is like you basically trying to set Queeman up.
Oh my god, dude, that one's crazy. Okay, we can talk about that in a second, but can I say one thing real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to like make it really clear. I was
and now
not
he's just meekishly doing this little thumbs up thing. He's in chat right now. Dude. Bro. Let's see the Queeman
person.
Sure. Is like you basically trying to set Queeman up.
Oh my god, dude, that one's crazy. Okay, we can talk about that in a second, but can I...
Right. Let's get some justice for Queeman. Bro, this guy... Okay, they're going to talk about it. That... Kill order. Okay. Do it. Do it now. Okay. Clean shot or Operation Clean Shot is a go. Okay, dude.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to like make it really clear. I was not the person like, and I understand like definitely how it could seem like that from the DM itself, and like how somebody could get that. But like I never said the word blackball. I don't think that it makes it anything better, like what I did or anything. I don't think that makes it much better. But like I just want to make it clear to you separately from that like I never said blackball. That was never.
Bro, what does this matter? You lied about something Queeman did in order to minimize the chance that like Lyrics would raid Queeman so that you would get more fucking raids, essentially. That's what happened there. And then when you were challenged on it, you said you were joking. You weren't fucking joking, bro. You were trying to snake Queeman because you were upset that Lyrics decided to raid him. And you just told a lie. You literally made, from what I understand, it was completely made up. I don't think Queeman ever said anything of the sort. I think this fucking loser claimed that Queeman had like said something negative about Lyrics, like seriously. And my understanding is Queeman is not like massively anti-Lyrics. You know, he talks some shit sometimes. Bro, it's crazy. And it's like, you know, it's cancerous because he wants the fucking raid. So that's cancerous in and of itself. I want the raid, give me the viewers. But also, you're trying to upset two creators' relationship that could end up having a negative impact on Queeman. And I won't fucking stand for it. That's so out of order, dude. That's so fucking out of line, bro. Don't talk to me or my son ever again, okay? But do you know what I mean, though, bro? It's so fucked.
Something I was trying to run with or anything like that.
Okay. I mean, how do you feel about like how this is going? Because right, like this doesn't seem to have had like a good outcome in the last like week and a half for
no,
some of your conversations coming out.
I mean, for me, like the biggest thing is just this like kind of fucking retarded idea of like not wanting like caring way too much about kind of a rather not in a bad way, but like a very transactional kind of relationship like that I had with Goblin.
I mean, is that how you're viewing these relationships?
What was being transacted? What was being transacted there exactly?
Are you viewing them as transactional, or are you viewing them as friendships? Because there's two separate sides to this, right? Like people are either
what I'm asking here is, did Himpleton want to see a goblin? Okay, that's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Content to you, or they're like your friends.
That's why I asked, what are you getting?
I think it's a case by case basis. You know what I mean? Like with Goblin, like I mean, there were times where we had, I guess, like we really didn't ever talk about anything personal as a thing. It was almost always just about content.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What would you say to the allegation that you just kept Goblin around, just gathering? So that's like a fair assessment. I mean, that's kind of sounds like what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know how that's an allegation.
Oh yeah, so that seems like what you're admitting to. Okay, so that's what people are saying. But like when you say like things like a relationship or whatever, it sounds like you guys were almost friends.
I mean, we were friendly, right?
Okay, I got you.
Like I'm not disputing that. Like I was friendly to her.
That's fair. I'm just trying to establish what was essentially going on. But I guess
Himpleton, it's time to leak the Goblin DMs. Okay?
Were you so conflicted?
Come on.
So why were you so conflicted about cutting her off then? If it was like purely.
Also, right? I'll tell you another thing as well that Himpleton has not fucking recognized here. This goblin retard.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chud, it's time to give the Dark Viper take on Himpleton. He is raped, he has been raped, banished to femboy hooters, never to get a YouTube plaque. Pathetic excuse of a content creator. Fuck off into non-existence.
I don't want to talk about the R. We're not talking about the R in this, okay? Oh, but I will say thank you for the 333. Anyway, I can't remember what I was going to say.
It wasn't I was conflicted about cutting her off. It's that, I mean, and I don't even think that's what's at dispute here, unless you're talking about something different, and then correct me if I'm wrong. But like for me, it was more just about.
Right, I know what it was. Goblin. So here's the dynamic, right? Very simple. Goblin has been in this group with Kumo, Kumo's partner, Cine Bear, in this group chat, trying to like make the Cine Bear situation better, the Cine Bear support group, okay? That has crumbled like wet sand at a beach. It is fucking flimsily crumbled around the place. And it's fucked and it's done, right? And what Goblin is trying to do is find a new way to latch on somewhere. And so from Goblin's perspective, they're looking at Himpleton and they're seeing a soft touch and they're thinking, oh, if I'm nice to this guy, maybe I can get in with him, right? Trying to escape the stink of the last controversy they've just been fucked over, you know? Oh, we'll get to Evan. We will get to Evan in a bit, don't you worry. That's in Beckett's video. That's in Beckett's video coming up. But yeah, it's this like desperate attempt to escape it. And Himpleton is like, you know, come on in. Come on in with open arms. Yes, don't worry, I'll look after you. And it's like, no, this person is like fucking radioactive and you don't want them anywhere near you. You want to be saying to them, look, you know, if you want to send me stuff, that's fine. But I'm very concerned about this controversy you've just escaped. And, you know, I don't think we can really move beyond that or something. Or just ignore them. I don't know.
Or what feels like kind of is at stake here, or what's being talked about, is like more like the way that I handle talking about her getting banned to her. And
bro, he's done it again. He's doing it again. Why put a camera in the Discord and throw that up? Why have we got to fucking see Ant Himpleton the Ant-Man up here now? This is fucking crazy, dude.
You know, again, like that's just
what?
Like me not wanting to fucking not wanting her to think that that I hated her at this time that I knew was
so
very
small,
stressful for her. And so instead of just like handling it with some, you know, tact or whatever, I shat the bed and was retarded.
Do you like, is that sort of attitude representative of the conversations you're having with Jar and how you're treating that relationship?
Can you elaborate just a little bit? I'm sorry.
Well, you're saying you don't want to let Goblin down, but you just view Goblin as content. And I mean, like that's an interesting way to put somebody who is, you know, at the center
but that's
of
not okay. Well,
but it doesn't go further than that. But you're still letting somebody down easily. Like if I've got a relationship with somebody who's purely content, or like majority content, like we're not hanging out, we're not friends. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, we've just hit a point where I'm not working with you anymore. It doesn't need more than that.
Bro, there's so many kind of conversations like that where you just stop talking and nothing happens and you just stop talking to each other. And Beckett, dude, see, this is the thing. Although Beckett does get involved in a lot of shit dramas, he's very experienced, okay? Beckett may be repeatedly hopping in the septic tank, but I tell you what, he's not half good at clearing one, okay?
Mhm.
But at the same time, my question is, you're having these conversations with Jar. You're saying, well, you know, you're a listening ear for him. That's helping you with your own stuff. I mean, if 10 out, you know, you said you had 10 calls. I'm assuming these are multiple hours long. So if you dropped a 20-hour video with Jar's calls, would it? Is this representative? Like you're like almost leading Jar to kind of, oh well, I don't want to be too mean to him, or are you kind of cutthroat with him and being like, well, this is content. We're trying to get to the truth here. Like, how does that relationship look?
Okay, well, so you just said a lot there, so I'm just going to address it kind of one at a time, if that's okay.
Sure.
So like, first of all, I didn't view Goblin as content. She like,
Okay, dude. So he's got the little Discord as a source in OBS or whatever he's using, and he's popped it out, and he's put it on the stream. Now he's clicked on the camera and made it bigger. Great. But you're still way bigger than the guy. Dude. Is it just lack of knowledge? I think it's lack of knowledge. I think Aiden just doesn't know how to do this. I just don't understand what's so complicated about this. You literally pop it out, throw your camera up as a virtual cam, and you're in.
like brought me information and stuff like that. And like I said, I was friendly with her. And
Can you copy?
even if things were
Yes,
kind
I
of
can, in fact.
like more in a professional sense, like she,
Hang on.
you know, when I knew that things were going really badly for her, I reached out to make sure she was like okay, but that was the extent of like personal stuff that happened. Just more like, hey, are you okay? Like that kind of thing. And when I knew that she was in this turmoil, even though like, yes, we had like not a huge friendship or whatever, I was just wanting to like I still have empathy for the situation, if that makes sense.
Oh, wait, hang on. I can do it better. I
and-
can do it better. Hang on.
You know, was worried on that level.
Hold up.
Where, you know, I know what you mean. Like, I don't think I should have necessarily been, but that's how I was at the time. And I just like, you know, she
Wait, why isn't it working?
was going through a lot, and she was, you know, not being like schizo, but she was just like ranting a lot
Smaller.
about just kind of
Okay,
different
no,
stuff
hang
that she was going through. And I was concerned that I would, you know, just add to the kind of fucking spiral
Should be able to do
if
picture in picture.
she like somehow thought that I hated her or something. And so I handle it like a fucking retarded pussy. And so with
Let's do this.
Jar, I haven't led him on to things, but then at the same time, I haven't
There we go,
necessarily.
guys.
I don't know, like
I mean, okay. I want to push. I want to push on this. When you say you haven't
Sure.
led Jar onto things,
sure.
I mean, you're having multiple calls with him. We know how I know how Jar works from talking to him and looking into him. Like,
Yeah.
Is he aware of that, or is he viewing you as a friend?
I am almost positive that he views this as like a pretty just like business.
Okay, all right. I gotta
business
jump
thing.
in here.
Like-
I gotta jump in here. I'm sorry. I really do gotta jump in. Let's be complete.
Okay.
Let's be. I'm not trying to fucking own you or anything. Let's be just like
Mhm.
completely 100% transparent here. You do know that he views you as a friend because you did say to me, that anyone who
Dude,
shows
can't
Jar
be
attention,
gone.
he's just the guy is so desperate for
This
friends.
is
He'll talk to you
stupid,
and you show him,
okay?
like, a
This
little
is
bit
so
of attention.
stupid.
It's like that's like how, when you were selling this to me. That is what you said.
I know, but wait. Like, that's not me saying. That's not me saying that like he views me as like a friend in so much as he like wants to talk to me because he.
Oh, wait. So, wait. They actually talk about the thing. Okay, this is actually relevant to my concerns here. So, let's just roll it back quickly. Hang on.
Anyone who shows Jar attention, he's just the guy is so desperate for friends. He'll talk to you when you show him like a little bit of attention.
Yes.
It's like that's like how, when you were selling this to me. That is what you said.
Yes, correct.
I know, but wait. Like, that's not me saying. That's not me saying that like he views me as like a friend in so much as he like wants to talk to me because he like just automatically assumes that there is some level of like something. I don't know. I don't even think I'm making sense, but like that's not me saying that he like thinks we're like besties. Like, that's not what I meant by that.
But you knew that by talking to the guy, you knew the guy's pathology. You knew he was so desperate for friends that by telling him what he wants to hear, which definitely sounds like you were doing for the sake of content, he was gonna like latch on to you and give you everything you wanted.
There was never a point at which I was telling him what he wanted to hear. Like, my first call with Jar is already like completely leaked, or part of it has. And you know, a lot of people have watched it. I think it gives a very good idea of what those sounded like, those calls. A lot of what I did was just clarify.
How many of these calls are there? How long in real hours has this guy spoken to Just a Robot for? Just a Robot is like a carnival sideshow and should be treated as such. He's not someone that you want to repeatedly have lots of conversations with. Is it 10 calls, dude?
ask for information, and
20 to 30 hours at a guess. Wait, 20 to 30 hours. That is a guess. Why? Why are you spending so much time talking to this fucking dude? Oh my god, man. Hey, Moreau is also touting the 20-hour figure too. Okay. 20 hours over 10-ish calls, I believe. Okay, now, bro. Yeah. Totally raped. Totally and utterly raped.
I mean, a lot of just info gathering. But
do you
like
think Jar has said things to you that he wouldn't have said if he didn't think you were friendly?
I mean, that just feels a little loaded because of the fact that, like, I don't feel like he would talk to many people right now, period, if they weren't kind of coming on with a, like, non-hostile attitude, if that makes sense, after, like, especially after the Chud stuff.
Yeah, but I said this to you. I've said this to you in VC. The way you went about getting his trust was outright deception.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Which is why
I make money off depressed people.
They're goon brothers. They happen to click. Leave them alone.
Thank you for the $5 Canadian. I'm going to seem like a narcissist, but I just... What did he say about the Chud stuff? Sorry.
The fact that, like, I don't feel like he would talk to many people right now, period, if they weren't kind of coming on with a, like, non-hostile attitude, if that makes sense, after, like, especially after the Chud stuff.
Yeah, but I said this to you. I've said this to you.
So he's saying that he was being nice to him so he could actually have a conversation. If you're hostile, he's not going to want to talk, basically.
VC. The way you went about getting his trust was outright deception. Which is why, because you made him think that you were on his side completely. When Jar came and DM'd me.
Okay, I got to be real with you. I don't really care about, like, the deception part. I'm just like, whatever. Okay. Like, if you want to talk to someone, it's about how you use the information you get and all this stuff. Deceiving someone in this way, I'm not super bothered about, really. I don't think. Also, Jar DM'd Aiden. Oh my god, dude. He called you hostile. Well, I was fairly hostile in that conversation. Well, at times. I tried to be honest with you, I found I struck quite a decent balance, but, you know.
Thinking that I was on his side, which is how it was sold. I corrected him saying, no, I don't agree with you at all on this. But I would like to, I get that people don't word themselves very well in the moment on streams, as you did with Chud, so I'd be willing to hear out a response when you come up with it, which is what I really believed. So I wasn't really deceiving him on that. You made him think that you were going to help him get out of this, right? Or, like, try to help him with this, right?
Okay. I don't know, like, if I've just been, like, butchering the shit out of it when I talk about it, but, like, you watch the first call, my, like, viewpoint and the way that I operate with it is pretty clear. I have a bunch of criticisms for him. I have a bunch of questions. Like, I make it clear that there's quite a few things in the video that
why are you speaking to this guy privately to issue criticism? If you've got criticism of this guy, just talk about it publicly in your content. This is what I think about the Jar situation, blah, 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 blah. You know, what is this fucking narrative of, like, oh, I need to go to him privately and speak to him about what my criticisms are? Like, it seems like you're doing that because you're trying to, you know, elicit or push some sort of relationship, surely. Because there's no need for that private level of communication when you're both YouTubers and you can just say your piece, you know. Like, what is the purpose of expressing out to him privately then? There must be some reason for that. Because otherwise you just say it on your stream.
I do not agree with. I also, when he explains certain things, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I mean, it will be good.
Especially when we've got the context of him hopping on that stream in that clip and laughing about doing gay ops and then speaking to Jar behind the scenes to help with his response. And he was going to get a call out over it. That only, you know, further muddies the water, and he's tried to say, oh, it's just meant to be a private joke between friends. This Himpleton guy is someone who uses the idea something's a joke to skirt away from being challenged on something he said that's serious. So yeah, I don't know, dude.
To kind of hear that in like a response, like the fucking thing about the editor putting the casting couch stuff in there. But like I haven't, and I've been pretty consistent about the fact that like I haven't said anything about like, you know, I'm gonna like ease him through the controversy or anything like that. Like,
yeah, also, yeah, exactly. What other jar tent happened that further criticism needed to happen besides Beckett's video or what has already been covered on other people's channels? Like, yeah, exactly. Nothing else has happened. Everything about the jar stuff has been, you know, put out there, milked, even on this very channel. Like, there's nothing else really to say about it. Jar tremendously fucked up, and he needs to respond now, not only to his original fuck up, but people have come forward with allegations and taken advantage of the opportunity to air out their dirty laundry with him. And it's like, yeah, like, so that's why I think it's so odd that he's acting like it's crazy to say that he's working with Jar on the response. Because it's like, well, it seems like you are. Because what are the reasons you have to spend hours and hours on calls with him talking about what you think his mistakes were privately? Well, that seems to be in preparation for some sort of response video, no?
like he's also been like very clear that he is doing that alone, right? The bit, like the whole thing that people use or have used or whatever, like where they're like, oh, like he's bragging about getting a shout out, like blah, blah, blah. I was brutalizing that. Like it's not a shout out per se, in so much as he's using the first call, which is again public, that he had with me, where I basically convince him that Cindy Bear actually was a groomer. He's
right. See, this is what is so crazy about this, okay? You've got to spend an hour explaining to Just a Robot with all the logs out there why, you know, there's a good argument that like she's a groomer. Not even convincing him that she is a groomer. Because remember in that call, first of all, Just a Robot was still resistant to the idea that it was grooming. And it's like, if someone can't come to that conclusion themselves by looking at all of the DMs, and you got to spoon feed it to them for an hour, they're not worth your time. Literal waste of time. After everything that's happened, he's still fucking arguing a toss about the grooming thing. It's just like, bro, this guy's hopeless.
using that to show like that's what caused him to kind of change his mind on things. So like it's really just a
I managed to convince a total retard that what is pretty obvious grooming was grooming. Well done, mate. Good job. Like, what are you doing, bro? If anything, it's funny if he comes back and tries to argue that it isn't grooming again, because that would be better content.
Actual clip. So, you know, I think it's about as much of a shout out as Beckett's video, except obviously kind of different tone, but yeah. Dude, I'm being like so serious right now. I'm like fucking exhausted, so I'm very sorry if I'm brutalizing any of this.
No, I get it. And I get not everybody's good in the moment. So, like if you, I'm not trying to like, I'm not doing debate bro mode here or whatever. Like I get not everyone's good in the moment. And like, obviously if like at a time you get better sleep, if you want to come back on and clarify.
Aiden, bro, what are you, dude? This is total cancerous. Like, oh, hope you're okay, mate. Don't worry about it. Bro, this guy's a total loser. Why are you being so nice to him? Oh my god, dude. I really wish I'd have. I was up last night as well. I think at this time. What time was this? 11 hours ago. Maybe not actually. I might have been asleep. Well, what was that? 2 a.m. I might have been awake. Dude, if only I'd have known, I'd have come on and fucking brought some content probably. Probably, I mean, who knows? But I'm pretty sure that this could have been some content if I was in there. Not all this fucking, oh, if you want to come back a bit later when you're not so sleepy.
Always, like I'm trying to be just very fair here. I haven't really taken like a solid position. But
Sure.
I'm just saying essentially like based on the way you worded the jar thing to me, it did sound like indistinguishable from chaos. for the sake of getting content. Which, to be honest, I don't think that's the end of the fucking world. You're not the first small commentary spurg to go and do that, okay? It's not the end of the world.
You were hilarious on your Noir account. Something possesses me when I'm on the Noir account. And I actually specifically switch over to the Noir account so that I can get this energy. And I just all caps schizo post. It's just so, I can't stop myself from doing it.
World, but I just wish you would kind of like say it. Yes, I was gay upping Jar because I wanted content, which is, you know, obviously it's like it's sneaky or whatever, but that's not the end of the fucking world if you're being upfront about it here.
Well, here's my thing, Aiden. Like, I'm not trying to not be upfront about it. The thing is, like, obviously, I'm not like speaking to Jar because I want to be like, I want to talk to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I never even thought that it's like a question of whether this is for content and information and stuff like that. Like, I've always been, the purpose was always to gather information. I've made that clear to Jar. That's my thing.
But you weren't upfront with him about everything. Well, can you say that? You were like, you definitely played things to gain his favor, like said things differently maybe that you might not have believed.
Oh my God, dude.
I don't know.
The hamster wheel's turning in this guy's fucking head, dude. I'm gonna put 1.25 because this is fucking stupid.
I never at any point I'm like, dude, I agree with you, like your entire fucking like video, or like, dude, like I don't think I'm like genuinely like, well, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm genuinely like searching my like the interactions and like trying to like think of a time where I would have said something that's like untrue to him. Like the only, I literally can't think of anything that I've said to him that is untrue. I guess.
Oh my God, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, is there any way you could like phrase that in a different way? Like, I just don't exactly know what you mean.
Okay, so you admit you're talking to Jar for the sake of obtaining information. That's common ground we can agree on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the sake of obtaining that information, was there ever a time you like overplayed maybe how much you supported him or said something in a way more favorable to him than what you actually believed to gain his support?
I literally cannot think of a single time that I did. I definitely was. I mean, I think more than anything, I was just like kind of reserved. Like, instead of being like, you know, if he said something that weirded me out or whatever, right? Like, I wouldn't just be like, well, what do you like? What the fuck? Like, that's bad. Like, I just wouldn't necessarily say anything about it, or just be like, oh, okay. Like, okay, so I guess within itself, like that is not fully transparent, because I mean, I guess like.
Do you think there's any response Jar can give to the stuff that's been said about him?
Yes.
Okay. So you think there's, I don't know, like a...
Bro. I mean, the response, I mean, I guess there is a response, but it's, I was totally wrong and retarded. And, you know, obviously there's other stuff that's come up that he needs to talk about. You know, the what is it, dude? That image of the fucking fart thing. I don't know, dude. Plausible
deniability, or a level where he's like not as culpable as people are painting him?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. You'd kind of have to be a little more specific.
Okay. Do you think that there's an excuse for Jar befriending Cinebear to try and build up a content group? Because that's what Jar was doing, just to be clear. Because I've spoken to a couple of other people who know Jar, who were like, yeah, we can. And Jar was like, we can bring Cinebear in as part of our new group, because he was trying to rebuild the ACC friendship group. Mm-hmm. It's like that was his intention, and it seems like he was quite happy to overlook everything Cinebear had done just to achieve that goal. Do you think there's a way around that for Jar?
I think that the big thing for me was that, like, once he learned the facts that I gave him in that first call, that is what he needed to understand that she was a groomer, or at least that's what he presented to me.
Okay, so your argument here, just to be clear, so you're saying you presented facts to Jar that Cinebear was a groomer, and that's why he had a turnaround.
That is, yeah. I mean, it's in the video, like, it's public. Like,
Well, I mean, okay. Part of the problem here is like how Jar works, and this is why, like, looking at this, I'm like, okay, you've got a situation where you've got access to Jar, you're having multiple conversations with him, and kind of helping him through his response, saying, yeah, there's ways he can respond. But Jar, in this case, was very much caught with his hand in the cookie jar of how he generally behaves. This isn't unique to Cinebear. This is just how Jar behaves. So if you're talking him through and going, well, oh no, he realized Cinebear was a groomer. My argument would be, he wouldn't care. Like Jar doesn't care if his friends do things wrong. He only cares that they're his friends and they will have a kind of giving relationship with him. You can actually see that in his DMs with Goblin. It's like, oh, you need to come in my comment section and fight for me. So like, how much pushback realistically are you presenting? Where you're just going, well, Jar didn't know actually the definition of groomer after being like involved in multiple like pedo hunt dramas, and now he does. We can kind of forgive that. There's a point of moving past.
I mean, the problem with this whole thing as well is Jar in his video stated himself that Cinebear sent this 14-year-old person porn, but it was censored. Like, this guy is so fried in his brain that he's willing to do that and make crazy arguments like that in the purpose of, helping Cinebear out, as shown in the DMs. It's like, he's fucked. Like, he's just a total moron. And, he clearly puts... I think Beckett is right in what he's saying. He wants to have this friendship group. He probably wanted a bit more from Cinebear, right? As we all have seen. But he puts that beyond actual rational, reasonable perspectives on things. Yeah, dude, bro. Oh my god, the fucking the video, the Bungie video, does that really well, doesn't it? And it's like, well, this guy, so he thought that this person admitting that they'd groomed was actually a sign that they hadn't. Dude, what possible response can you have to someone that is, that's the line of reasoning that they're taking on this sort of thing? Oh, they said they did something, so immediately I assume they didn't, and then find everything you can to point in the other direction. Even though there's so much to point to it being, at least having, at the very least, even if you don't want to say, I don't think it's full-blown grooming, you can say there's signs of grooming there, or there's points of grooming you could point to of sending porn, lengthy conversations about fetishes, or whatever. You can soften it a bit if you want, but fundamentally, there are signs there of grooming that makes it totally pointless to defend it. The only proper response is prompt crystallization. Very true.
Wait, sorry, was there a question there? Like, I think the thing that I'm, Jesus, sorry. I mean, that first call, again, public, shows, me giving additional information that,
oh no, here comes Xylie. Xylie, let's go. Xylie's gonna bring the pain.
A lot of people, including fucking Kumo, until I told him about it, but like the stuff about, for instance, the long calls that they had where Sinning got to read the comic out loud. That was one of the examples that I gave. Another one was just pointing out that the NSFW art that
sure, Beckett, if you got anything, send it through.
Anna was drawing was like some of it was directly related to the comic, and those two things, I guess, along with the way that I explained it, was what, like, or at least the way that he presented it to me was what convinced him that like it was this like morally bad thing, and that like Sidney was this.
That's how Joel works. It just sounds. So what you're describing.
I mean, I understand that. I understand. Wait. I just want to respond to the rest. I'm sorry. The other thing that I just want to say is like I did not help him with his response. I have not helped him with his response. Like I haven't in any way been like, you should do this and you should not do this.
He seems to be.
Wait a second. If Jar is coming into a call with you and you are having to convince him that what happened was grooming, well, that could be something that is helping with his response, no? Reasoning out perspectives on something so that his response can then clarify, well, no, and he could even reference that call, could he not? If you're saying that you're the one that convinced him, he could reference the call and say, I said it wasn't grooming. This Himpleton guy, I spoke to him and he told me these reasons it's grooming. So you were already helping him with his response by doing that, And because it's, I don't know, like, that in and of itself is helping. And who knows what other parts of the conversation we haven't seen, but in all these times. Like, I just don't buy this idea that in all this other time that they've been talking, there's not other moments that would have helped with the response. It just seems so delusional to me.
Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You're saying a lot of goddamn words that mean absolutely nothing. You've been in this. You've been in 10 calls with that motherfucker, and has he fallen asleep to you, Himpleton?
No.
Let's go.
No. What kind of shit are y'all talking about in those other 9 calls?
So I have
Yes.
And don't give me the long form. Give me the short form.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. This is the kind of energy I would have probably brought in. Okay.
So I'm doing a June the King style retrospective on Jar.
Mm-hmm.
And like of all of his drama career and stuff.
Does he know that?
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. And so, a good 3 or 4 of those calls haven't even been related to his like quote unquote response.
Okay. This guy's so fucking retarded. And the stuff with Goblin shows that he's not very good at managing these kind of dynamics either. If he is talking to you and it's apparently that you're doing this retrospective on him, you're getting information out of him that's going to help make your retrospective better. That is a two-way street. So what is he getting out of you if it's not any sort of assistance as you're trying to claim with his response video? Why is he talking to you at length if he doesn't feel like there's something that he's getting out of that? That's completely delusional, bro.
And stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They've been talking about his past dramas. I'm also doing a video on a former editor of his named JustARobot's. So a good amount of our stuff has been about that.
Okay, so you're helping a guy who was defending a groomer that you could quite frankly see in the DMs that she was grooming that 14-year-old, and you befriended a stupid bitch who was in a group chat in a support group for said groomer. It's kind of funny how those two things relate, huh?
So first of all, I'm not helping Jar. Second of all,
what are you getting a shout out for then?
Okay, so I've already explained this once. I'll do it again.
I know,
really
but
fine.
you took a mile to walk 2 feet.
Huh?
Also, you don't need to speak to Jar to do like this narrative. I'm doing a retrospective, right? Maybe you would have one conversation with him for an interview that you'd use in the retrospective, but that isn't even necessary. You could just look at all the public information, his videos, drama, everything, and you could do a retrospective based on everything that's public. So I don't buy this narrative of, I'm speaking to him because I've got to do a retrospective. That sounds like cope. And there's something else going on there.
You took a mile to walk 2 feet. You
Okay.
saying a bunch of words that
Let me
didn't mean
TLDR.
shit.
I'm sorry. I'm very tired. I'm sorry. Let me
Yeah,
TLDR.
so am I.
I know. I get it. It's fine. Jesus. Let me TLDR here.
Also, I mean, a retrospective, sure, but like we're missing, it's like this, I guess you could say you're starting to work on it, right? But like, he's not even responded yet. So you're kind of a little bit tuned to this.
Basically, it's in the first call. I basically just clarify and explain to him why Cindy Bear is a groomer, in my opinion, using evidence that he hadn't seen yet.
Whoa, Himpleton, we got that. Everybody saw that call.
Yeah, so that's what's being used in the video, and it's not a shout out in so much as like what I said to Beckett. Like it's.
Wait, so you've had a call with him that's being used in his response video, and you're trying to argue that you're not helping him with his response, or are you giving him? This is fucking crazy, bro. You were giving him content that he's going to use in his response. That's directly helping with the video.
Going to be as much of a shout out as like Beckett gave to me. It's just reference.
So basically what you're saying is, so you went to your friends, Flatley and them, and you talked a bunch of shit trying to basically, I guess, clout grab or brag to them and talk shit to them. Is that what you did? Because you can't have, because you said you would get a shout out, and the way you were talking, you were like bragging to them.
So Flatley and Ant are like very well informed on like everything that's gone on with that. And I very frequently like fucked around and like joked around with them about like what's going on. Like Ant and I have like really talked a lot about it, and to the point where it's almost become like a little bit of an inside joke. And I guess you could say that it was clout.
Talking shit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Talking shit. Like you were talking shit, trying to get Queeman on to debate you with fucking Flamenco as his partner.
Oh,
No.
God, I forgot about that as well. That was another crazy thing that he did. Where basically, it was about Chugga Conroy, I think. Was it Chugga Conroy? And he was trying to get Queeman on to debate, I think that, or something else, some other controversy, but with Flamenco as his debating partner. You know, obviously, dude, he's such a fucking slimy, right? Obviously, the reason he's doing that, dude, he was doing that because he wants Queeman to be weighted with having had a debate on the same side as a controversial person in the community. Right? He's trying to fuck him over. He's trying to fuck him over by hanging the anchor of this controversial person around his neck to debate a controversial topic. He wanted Queeman to look bad. Dude. Total wretched snake behavior from this guy. Trying to surreptitiously operate in a way to discreetly make Queeman look bad. To try and crush his burgeoning career. Dude. So then people would do the thing. Oh, remember when Queeman had that debate about a controversial topic and they had Flamenco? Right? That's the fucking attempt there. Next up, our 2v1 debate, chudlogic and Bill Cos. Okay. Are you sad you're missing the Mr. Savage meet and I don't know what that is.
Knowing how that would have looked to the community because you're a snake.
Yes, true.
Because
Dude,
that's what snakes do.
funny.
That's what snakes do, bro.
Okay. Like, dude, if you actually think that like, do you think that I think like Queeman is that stupid that he would fucking accept that?
Why would you even ask then? Because what if he would have said yes?
It was the very
through
beginning.
it?
No, wait. It was the very beginning of me like streaming. I was a fucking shitter retard, and literally.
You still are a shitter retard. Look at you now.
It was just a joke. It was just a joke, guys. I was just joking about putting a fucking anchor around Queeman's neck that would haunt him for years to come. Okay, I was just joking about that. Dude, Xylie is absolutely wrecking this dude.
Assing. Because what if he would have said yes?
It was the very beginning. No, wait. It was a very beginning.
Dude, we should do a thing for this with like, you know, we should do a thing of like, you know, small shitter channel tries to destroy Jew or something. I don't fucking know. Small shitter tries to Holocaust Queeman or something. I don't know, bro. We could put Queeman's face on one of those like stripy pajamas, you know, in Auschwitz, like looking all sad and dishevelled. Right? I think that would work quite well. I mean, he's got the kind of look. Put his head on the body of a you know, death camp commandant, like Ralph Fiennes in Schindler's List, right? Or what about there's a meme and it's like an old Pepe meme, and it's of a certain chamber. Okay, and the person is inside, and then there's like the smug person outside pressing the button, right? You know what I'm talking about, okay?
Beginning of me like streaming, I was a fucking shitter retard, and literally.
You still are a shitter retard. Look at you now.
Yeah, I mean, fair point.
You literally gave me an apology that was a fucking copy and paste to Beckett's. Because you didn't.
Queeman should be cancelled for his lolly defending. Queeman doesn't defend lolly, okay? Right? I think the point that Queeman makes is that there's sometimes like an overreaction to certain things, tantamount to it being the same as a real image of a child getting abused. He doesn't fucking support it. He doesn't like approve of it necessarily. I'm not sweeping. Go and listen to him talk about it, okay? I'm fairly certain that, you know, he agrees with the perspective that, like, you know, there's consuming it is like, okay, there's something off about you at least, right? Am I wrong about this? I'm pretty sure he has this perspective. I think we've spoken about it before, and I'm pretty sure he's agreed that, like, yeah, there's a kind of question mark over someone's behavior if they're consuming it. It's just people act like looking at it is the same thing as looking at an abused, you know, actual CSAM material of a child getting abused. And he's saying it's not the same as that. I'm pretty sure that's all he's saying. Could be wrong about that. I could be wrong about that. But that's my understanding of it, okay? And he just hates the crazy outrage about it all the time, you know?
didn't have the balls to come up with new words to say to me.
Well, I mean, I was apologizing for the same thing, Xylie.
Oh, GG. GG. Oh, wait, where did Evan get?
It's look okay. Dude, why do people people are so fucking annoying with this? It's looked at with the same exact right. So okay, we're not gonna get into the fucking conversation now. Queeman can explain his takes on this if he wants to fucking I'm sure he's done it somewhere you could look at it, okay? But obviously there's a difference between approving of the consumption of it and saying that there's a difference of harm that happens in the production of the image. You understand that, right? Like, for example, right? If I draw an image of someone getting the fucking head blown off, that hasn't caused the fucking harm to anyone because it's just a drawing. But if I take out a gun and blow someone's head off, I've killed them. That's caused the harm. That's the difference, okay? Understand that?
Blackball from?
I've
It's
never
still
spoken.
potentially degenerate and disgusting and horrible to draw the thing. Sure, you could say that, but the point is it's not causing a harm in the same way. That's all. Still, okay. See this, dude. Bro, when people say stuff like this, I totally get why Queerman fucking acts the way that he does about it, right? Because people go, oh, but people are still bad. And I don't even disagree with that. I don't even disagree that people that are looking at are probably pedos in some, you know, they've got some thing, pedophile is shorthand, but yeah, you need to go and fucking get that looked at because it's not fucking, it's antisocial and a sign of some deeper desire to look at that imagery and be aroused by it. Yes, agreed. But people have got to state it. You know, it's like a softer version of the wood chipper meme, you know, or guess what, guys? We don't like pedophiles. And it's still, oh, it's so gross and horrible. And it's for pedos. It's like, bro, yeah, sure. I don't necessarily disagree with some of the takes there, but you're acting like excessively outraged about it. Beyond what I think is reasonable, you know?
And Evan.
So you've never spoken to Evan, so he probably got that from Goblin then.
I guess so.
Okay. And you were agreeing with us about Goblin because Beckett had
Yes.
already.
I mean, AICP is, you know, if it's in, like, particularly if it's indistinguishable from real CSAM, I mean, yeah, that's like, you know, an even clearer example of someone being a pedophile, right? I mean, bro, come on. Like, even if you want to make the argument about the harm aspect of creating an image in and of itself isn't creating harm, I don't even buy that with the AI thing, because what is that being trained on? So I don't even buy that narrative that it isn't causing harm, because if it's collectively using, you know, images that it's still creating a need or desire to, so it still has an impact on that, the market for that stuff, right? But if it's indistinguishable from a real life image, and you get aroused by that, you are 100% without question a pedophile, right? I mean, that's pretty undeniable to me, because, you know, if you want to argue about the harm, that's not, you're still getting aroused by an image of a, you know, that sort of nature. You're a pedophile.
Already talked to you about that. Yeah.
That's correct.
And then you ran to, okay, first of all, Beckett and I are not larger streamers. Like, we're tiny.
Compared to him, you are. To be fair, you have like connections with like the bigger people. So in his eyes, as someone who was there, like you would be bigger.
Bruh.
I mean, I'll also say
this is
that-
why I didn't want to do this. Go ahead.
I'm just being fair. I'm just
talking to Himpleton right now.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm moderating.
What did Aiden say there?
And so you've never spoken to Evan, so he probably got that from Goblin then.
I guess so.
Okay. And you were
I'm getting
agreeing with us
distracted
about...
by defending Queeman, okay? By gunk guarding Queeman. Hang on a sec. Sorry. I've been Jew guarding too much.
Shitter retard. And literally...
You still are a shitter retard. Look at you now.
Yeah, I mean, fair point.
You literally gave me an apology that was a fucking copy and paste of Beckett's. Because you didn't have the balls to come up with new words to say to me.
Well, I mean, I was apologizing for the same thing, Xylie.
Okay. What is this? This comes up later when Xylie joins. He copy-pasted his apology to me for Xylie. So this is Beckett that sent me this. So this is his DM to you, right? I was retarded to throw you all under the bus when I was clearly agreeing with you the entire time and actually brought up feeling sussed out by her. I just didn't want her to think I hated her because she was being crazy depressing in my DMs. Not an excuse, just my dumbass reasoning. Either way, I'm sorry about that, and I get if you're annoyed or feel snaked or don't believe me. If there's any way you could send the VOD where we had that conversation in the first place, I would really appreciate it. Since it's no longer public, I just appreciate being able to clear some things up for people, want to own being a retard and move on. Okay? And this is to Xylie. Sent this to Beckett and thought I sent it to you as well, my bad. And then just copy and paste the dude. Wow, what a personalized message, eh? And just copy and paste the same message. These speds are such sad sacks, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy how pathetic these people are. Bro, I'll address this in my own time. That's fine, I was just reaching out to say. And how did he explain that?
Yeah, I mean, fair point.
You literally gave me an apology that was a fucking copy and paste to Beckett's. Because you didn't have the balls to come up with new words to say to me.
Well, I mean, I was apologizing for the same things.
GG. GG. Oh, wait, where did Evan get blackball from?
I've never spoken to Evan.
So you've never spoken to Evan, so he probably got that from Goblin then.
I guess so.
Okay. And you were agreeing with us about Goblin, because Beckett had already talked to you about that. Yeah.
That's correct.
And then you ran to, okay, first of all, Beckett and I are not larger streamers. Like, we're tiny.
Compared to him, you are. To be fair. You have like connections with like the bigger people. So in his eyes, as someone who was there, like you would be big.
Shut up, Aiden. God, Aiden, dude, I can totally see why people don't like this guy. He is just so irritating, and every time he talks.
Bruh.
I mean, I'll also say that.
Why I didn't want to do this.
I'm just being fair. I'm
just talking to Himpleton right now.
Okay, I'm moderating.
I'll also say that I was just trying to.
Dude, this is such cancer. Like, what Xylie's saying is correct. Yes, this idea that bigger creators are putting pressure on them, and it's fucking Beckett and Xylie. No disrespect, okay? I see myself as a smaller creator, even though I've got like 1,000 viewers or whatever. Like, yeah, you're painting this narrative that these big people are squeezing you. And it's people that are not that far away in size that are saying this to you. Oh my god, dude.
I intentionally did not use anybody's name because I was being retarded and thought that it somehow wouldn't get back to anybody. And so, I was trying to kind of obscure who I was talking about.
But it came back to me and Beckett.
I know.
I don't think I was in chat, was I? I wasn't in chat for this. I wasn't here. Hi, chudlogic. Oh, is Shelby doing the thing where they're guessing that I'm probably going to watch this and putting it in there? Is that right? Small for YouTube. Yeah. But I'm actually in the top whatever percent of current viewers for my size, which is pretty cool.
I know. Like it was retarded.
And you literally befriended someone who was in a support group for a groomer, and you thought you could fucking trust them, even to the point where she was talking about trying to help her get a gun, and you thought you could trust her?
I didn't know about any of that. First of all, I didn't know about any of the gun stuff. Befriending is like such a strong word, man. Like I just.
Well, then why else would you give a fuck of how she feels about shit then? Because if I'm not your friend, I give two fucks how you feel.
Based.
Well, we're different people, Xylie. Like, I mean, the thing.
Bro, this is total cope. If you're worried about what's going to happen if you remove the person from your Discord and you're going to cut them with some excuse, that is like, you clearly value that relationship. Otherwise, you wouldn't care, would you? You just fucking ban them and move on. Dude, there's people I've spoken to previously for ages that message me something now, and I just fucking ignore them because it's not that, it's like whatever. Like, there's never really that big a connection that you can just ignore them and nothing happens,
Thing is, I knew that she was going through a lot. I knew like she was going through some like personal struggles outside of the Cinny stuff.
Yeah.
You're evil. What, some person that I used to speak to years ago has a look at my channel and goes, "Oh, he's doing quite well these days. Oh, how's it going, mate?" Would you want to watch this little video that is going to be beneficial to put onto a big platform? I mean, come on, dude. Give me a fucking break. The kind of people that just reach out and it's to ask for something from you after like a year or 2 years of not talking. I just find that just obnoxious behavior, and I'm not really in for it,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. She ran a support group for
no, and
I give two fucks about any of that.
that's fair, and I think that's
and had
fair
somebody on a stream, that was talking about how they were proud about doxing somebody. I don't give a fuck about her feelings.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either at the time.
Yeah, you know how to pick them, don't you?
Sure. So I just knew about some personal shit. She was schizoing out in my DMs and kind of just like I don't know. I was worried. I was worried about what may happen if she thought I was like against her, and like she was.
What do you mean you were worried about? No, hold on. Oh, what do you mean you were worried about what might happen?
She just seemed. Sorry, she just seemed extremely like fucking like depressed. She was depressed, posting like a shit ton, and like
yeah, she's from the ACC. Like, okay,
yeah,
so here's my thing with this. You're talking to Jar and you're talking to people like Goblin and you're asking for information stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I've caught my fair amount of flack for getting off the truck during the safari, but you're saying, well, Jar has a route back, he didn't know he was a groomer. You're making a June the King thing, but you don't really understand the ACC community. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be making these fucking mistakes. Like, I have my DMs with Jar and then a call with Jar, and that's it. Because I understand, like, I've been around that little group long enough to know. Whereas what I see, and like, I guess the way I see it is this. Jar is using you as his little fucking test audience for, can I persuade people outside the ACC that actually, I didn't know I was innocent. I just didn't realize what a groomer was, which is what Jar always fucking does. He looks for new friends and then tries to basically side up with them. That's how he ended up in the fucking ACC in the first place.
By the way, I'll just point out as well, Jar, I feel, tried to do this with me a bit. Because after we had our big call, where, it went crazy, he messaged me after and was like, oh, can we have a private call after stream? What? No. I didn't actually directly respond to that, but I just ignored it. But, yeah, he was seeking out private communication with me. And I first of all, I'm not going to spend my private time talking to someone of that nature. It's not really in my interest to do that, so why would I bother? And secondly, I had the suspicion of like, okay, I think this guy is trying to latch on a bit here, So, no thank you, okay?
It's like, even if unintentionally you are providing that support for him, because of the way you seem to like have talked to Aiden about this, the way you've talked to Goblin, it looks like, you're trying to, I don't know, at least foster a friendly-ish relationship. And it's like, well, how do we trust what comes out of you in the long term for that kind of video? Like, how do we know you're not biased?
For Jar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. What was always the plan is that like I was gonna, especially with all the kind of speculation surrounding the calls, I was always planning on, once I released the video, including all the calls so that people could comb through them. Obviously, like.
Oh wow! Thank you. So you're gonna release 20 hours worth of calls that we got to dig through to find if there's anything that we would have an issue with. Ain't nobody listening to that shit. 20 hours. Well, that's the guess of 20 hours. But fuck me, it must be quite a lot of hours of runtime. Who the fuck wants to sit there and listen to this fucking loser talk to just a robot for that long, bro? Like, it feels like he's doing this as like a transparency thing, but no one's going to look at it anyway. So what does it matter?
If there's, I don't think there's anything like sensitive.
I mean, you think in terms of exposure. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. This isn't a criticism. Lots of us do. But you understand when you say, "Well, I'm going to get a shout out," even
some tiny spurg with 100%, and then there's Beckett saying 48-hour cope and seethe charity strip. Of course.
It's just like referential. In the same way that when anybody uses any of our stuff in like a video or something that's going to be like more widely viewed, that's going to bring attention to us, right?
Yeah.
So that, and that motivation for you, because you want to grow, you want to do more things. It just feels like you want to play behind the scenes. I think Chud said it's like Colton-like behavior.
Well, but so Becky, here's my thing. Like,
yes,
I could have stopped at the first call and that still would have happened. Because again, like, he is literally referencing something from the first call. That is the extent, at least from what I understand. I do not. I don't.
Then why
know.
didn't you?
Sorry.
Then why didn't you stop at the first call?
Because I'm wanting to do this retrospective. I'm working on this Joshua video. I also initially was thinking that I could learn more information about just what exactly was going on.
What the fuck
on, whether he was being
Is he loading up COD?
legitimately genuine about.
What's your cross-reference? Who else from the ACC have you spoken to?
COD loudly open. Bro. Loudly opening up a video game as we're trying to listen to this conversation. Absolute top tier. Grade A, grade S streamer. We're rating this streamer S. Right.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you've got Jar's side of this, but who else have you spoken to?
About what?
About Jar.
I've spoken to people behind the scenes, but not like on the record.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Like I wasn't planning on. Like
I mean, do you see what I'm getting at here? You're saying you're doing a retrospective of Jar's dramas, essentially from the perspective of Jar.
You're not talking to anybody else.
No,
so
This is so stupid.
Wait.
dude.
So basically, what I'm doing right now,
He started off.
or what I was doing,
started
was
off.
just pure info gathering. Like I haven't even gotten to the point of like scripting and starting to ask other people questions and stuff. Like that would inevitably happen, but like this is such early stage stuff. Like that. Like it's not coming out next month. You know what I mean?
What is it? A documentary?
That was the plan, like a June the King kind of.
Is this going to be like a Tro video where it's like 6 hours long? I mean, what is this?
I don't know about 6 hours, but I was planning to be pretty exhaustive
I mean,
in terms
9
of talking
calls,
about
damn,
his.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, again, so like there are two different videos too. Like there's also the one where his editor, JustARobot's, that's somebody that I'm looking into a lot right now. That's like the main video that I'm working on right now. And you know, he had a good amount of insight on that since he directly worked with him. And no, I'm not just talking to Jar about that, obviously. Yeah. Like obviously, I think it's very, 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 very clear that I was fucking stupid and reckless with the Jar thing. I think Beckett, what you're saying is on point about like me kind of jumping out of the fucking, like not just getting out of the Jeep of the Safari, but like fucking rolling in the grass. And
Are you going to play with Aiden? Okay, don't say it like that. That's weird. And scold him. Yeah, of course. Listen, whenever we end up on stream together, I'm going to be forthright in my perspective on the absolute atrocity of repeated mistakes that he made during this stream, dude.
and trying to be one of the fucking animals without even really knowing.
Bro, this is so crazy, dude. It's real simple. The Jar stuff happened, okay? I've milked it. We're still milking it now. It is what it is. The cow is fucking decrepit and dry. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay? But that happens. The stuff happens around it. You talk about that, right? Time goes on. He releases his response. You watch the response. You talk about that. Maybe he comes on stream to talk about it if you really want to go that way. Maybe. I don't fucking know. You don't need endless continue. And then if you want to do a retrospective, when that comes out, you look at it all and you go, I'm going to do a retrospective on this. Here's, you know, a few interesting, funny dramas that he was involved in. You know, boom. And then this happened, right? Here's the big crescendo, the Cindy Bear situation, the video, the DMs, everything. You know, you don't need this constant communication. He's coping so hard about this. What possible communication do you need to have with him? We're having multiple calls that are like seemingly hours long. It's just a complete bullshit, dude. I've, you know, having done this for years, I've never seen that or heard of that before.
What I was doing, like I think I absolutely didn't put enough like thought or consideration into any of that. And I 100% see what you're saying about like, even if I didn't mean to, it is like still a form of support for him, and like kind of helping him. Like I see all of that. And I, you know, I'm not trying at all, and I'm really sorry if it's come off this way. I'm not trying at all to deny or like act like I haven't,
Well, this is better.
like fucked any of this stuff up. Like I'm in full recognition that I've been fucking retarded about this stuff. And you know, that I haven't, learned enough when it comes to, Jar before dealing with him too.
Yeah, this guy does. I mean, you know, he looks like the kind of guy who's gobbling black flesh, doesn't he? Go into a gay bar at the night, bringing home a black guy, injecting acid into his brain and cutting portions off of his flesh and eating it, I must say.
I think that like that's very fair. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm not.
I know.
meaning to.
Listen, I get you're tired. I told you this wasn't gonna be a debate. I know Xylie came in a little hot. Not saying Xylie said anything wrong, but I wanted to just ask straight up.
Bro, Aiden, dude. Xylie came in with the right level of heat for what is happening here, okay? It was exactly the right level of heat.
Just like yes or no. Would you agree this was a gay op?
Jar?
Yes.
You're a slop drama commentator, Chud. You'll never understand having to ground your axioms by providing strong ontological reductios. All you do is whataboutism and gish gallop. It's not something, dude. It's not something I'd be interested in watching on stream. It's too long. But I actually watched Sean's video about the Stellar Blade controversy. I was watching some of it last night, and you know, I guess there's still some semblance of if it's a topic I'm interested in. I don't really like Grums. Stellar Blade sucks. The controversy about it was retarded. And I watched a bit of it, right? And there was one point where Sean had the fucking audacity to, like, you know, call other people lazy. And yeah, he was talking about, you know, slop channels, I guess, but he was more so talking about, you get these channels and it's like there's one article that gets written that has got like one sentence in it that is like kind of woke. And then everyone jumps on it and makes all this content about it, you know? And people will tweet about it, and then people will talk about the tweet, and then people will react to the video of the person talking about the tweet. That's the kind of thing that he was talking about, right? But it's very audacious of Sean to make this kind of comment, because his channel was grown off the back of the labor of his ex-girlfriend. I don't know if you know this, but when him and his girlfriend split up, she put some tweets out and basically, you know, claimed that she did all the work. Obviously, it's not conclusive, but like she was saying, I did most of the work, I did most of the research, and he got all the credit for this, essentially, you know? And so it's like, bro, you literally relied on your girlfriend's labor to grow your channel, and now you're fucking sat on a pile of gold like a dragon, attacking others for making lazy content, you know, kind of like glass houses type moment.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay. All right. That's I didn't want to have to. I'm not.
Wait, but didn't you take that back though? Didn't you take it back that it was a gay op, that it really wasn't a gay op? And now you're saying it really is a gay op. So which one was the lie? That it was a gay op, or it wasn't a gay op and now it's a gay op?
So I was answering it.
I think it's the same thing happened with Aiden. During the Cold Morose Discord kitten, he goes super soft because I think he's terrified of people leaving calls. I get that, but people are a bit more robust than you realise, and they can be knocked about a bit. And I'm telling you, this sort of like energy is generally not going to make people leave calls. It's going to have to be a very special case of someone who is like particularly soft that would make them leave the call, right? So normally there's warning signs as well. It's when people start saying things like, I mean, normally they just say it. If you keep talking to me like this, I'm going to leave the call. That's the sign to fucking, you know, pull it back a little bit, right? But yeah, Aiden could do with allowing more fractious and aggressive conversation because it would make it more entertaining.
In the yes or no question,
Mhm.
if I could expand on it, then I obviously would, and I would talk about how, you know, to me it's more about info gathering. To me, it's more about kind of all that stuff. But
you said yes, it's a gay op. But you already took it back
so
that it wasn't a
no,
gay
but
op.
so purely definitionally, right? It is like a gay op in the fact that like the way that Aiden has presented it, when we've talked about it, is it's like, look, even if I'm kind of coming from a like not necessarily super judgment centered perspective, I am still like I'm there with a pure intention to info gather.
Yeah.
And so because of that, like it's not it would be defined as like a gay op.
Well, just to reiterate, I think my understanding of, based on my conversations with you, is that you overplayed your support for Just a Robot for the sake of getting in his good graces and getting early access to his response for the sake of getting info and content for your video. To what extent you overplayed?
I literally never understood why anyone liked Himpleton. Hi, Kristen Ark. I mean, what did I say about him? I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to misquote myself. But I saw Himpleton. I saw his stream. He had like 50 viewers, and he'd only just really recently started. And he had a bunch of people on from like some drama, and he was talking about it. And I was like, okay, he seems to be doing quite well. You know? Like, good for him. Right? It's always good to see someone making something of this in their own way and growing. But obviously, you know, as the more I've learned about this guy, the more I've learned he's like a liar, he's dishonest, he's willing to try and snake people and do it in ways that are quite surreptitious, and then, you know, walk back and be like, oh, I wasn't trying to do that, it was just a joke, you know? So yeah, the more I've learned about this guy, the more I've realised he's just like a total loser, basically. And then stuff like this just really nails the point on further, you know? And yeah. You know, Queeman's a big boy, okay? Like, he can look out for himself. He's fine. I don't know if I could step on his toes or something. He's doing great. But it just really rubs me up the wrong way. You know, this guy tried to, like, fuck over Queeman. It's like, what? Like, what's your fucking problem, bro? You know? You know, it's almost like he feels like he can't stand up to Queeman, you know, on fair ground. You know, he can't, because Queeman, I'm sure, has talked a lot of shit about this guy. And it's like he can't stand up on ground to go against that. So he tries to do this little snaky, surreptitious tricks, like trying to upset the thing between Lyrics and Queeman of the Raid, trying to bait him into this debate and then have fucking Flamenco as his debating partner, you know? So it's very pathetic behaviour. And it just really rubs me up the wrong way.
Play the positions to gain his favor. I'm not sure. But it obviously was just like a gay op. Now, I think when you denied it, maybe you didn't meet your definition of a gay op, but you seem to agree with me now that yes, this is your.
Okay.
So this is a gay op.
It wasn't. I didn't.
This is very much where my like issue sits, and this is why I'm asking you questions about Jar and Cine and like fucking Goblin, because when the stuff came out about the group chat to do with Cinebet, it was like no. You guys don't understand. We're actually just trying to get Cine to shut the fuck up so that we can get the story out on Birdie. And it's like then you look at the group chats, you look at the messages, you look at everything happening behind the scenes, you're like actually, at the very least, they were like supportive. Or they were in the deepest months-long gay op I've ever fucking seen. So, like, it's interesting to watch this drama unfold to the point where it hits you, and there are so many parallels to this fucking group chat and this fucking Cine support group. You just seem to be doing it to Jar. And now when you've kind of been caught in a live coming on, realizing it wasn't live, now you've got a bit of a backtracky, well, actually, guys, it's not a shout-out. It's not this. It was just a joke kind of thing. And then you've got the weird conversation you have with Lyrics afterwards, the like fucking long DM to Chud. I don't know, man. It just feels like you should just take the position and own it. It doesn't matter if somebody doesn't like it, would be my thought. Because like, I'm not sure how much I can trust you to tell me the truth of what you're doing. And like, again, you don't have to. I don't fucking care. Who the fuck am I? But like, that's the criticism that's hitting you directly.
Right.
Yeah, that's the whole problem right there. That's the whole problem.
Yeah,
I don't care about stray.
Beckett
I catch strays all the time. I don't care about the stray that you gave me.
I very much agree with Beckett here. Yeah, this is all very true. And this is why someone like Himpleton, I just have, at this point, written off as not really worth seriously engaging with. Obviously, if he wants to come on stream and say his piece, I'll facilitate that and let that happen and we can talk about it. But, you know, I retract my positive sentiments expressed previously, I guess, on new information, is what I'd say. I can't remember what I said about him, okay? I don't think it was as strong as what Lyric said about morale, which was, what was it? America's Rising Star, or something he called it. Well, no, I don't know, dude. This guy's a loser. I don't want to like mix it up repeatedly with losers like this, you know?
But it's the fact that you present yourself as this trustworthy guy, and all these instances are coming up where you're snaking. You're peeing a snake, and it's like, bro, what? Just, if you're going to be a snake, act like a snake. Own it. But don't come off like you're some nice guy when you're doing snaky-ass behavior. You know? Shit. Own it, at least.
I think your fundamental issue is your attempts, not even the initial things you do, but your attempts to make yourself look better for the original shitty things you do. I think those make you look 10 times worse than anything you did that like originally got you into content.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I need to really just stop attempting to kind of over-explain and justify myself in kind of my actions and let them speak for itself.
Can I ask what's going on with morale? Because again, I heard rumors that like Flatley and some others were sort of following him from VC to VC.
Oh, I have no idea about that. We had a bit of a personal conflict, and we don't talk anymore. And I wish him nothing but the best, though. Like I don't have, some kind of I don't have a beef with him.
But to the other people who are sort of like orbiting around you, are they like talking to you about morale? Are they picking up? Because I mean, there's been all this sort of like looping with the Aiden stuff. And I mean, you're not streaming at the moment, is my understanding.
I would stream tonight.
Wait,
right.
Beckett, are you trying to insinuate that he's kind of like leading these people to do this?
I'm asking the question. I'm not insinuating.
Oh, okay. That's what you're attempting to get.
Dude, you might have missed it because it was on the gaming stream, but I actually listened to that Moreau shitter drama on, when was it? Saturday? Friday. I just want to listen to it. And holy fuck, dude. What an absolutely cancerous, never-ending, extending thing. Where it's like, people are hopping on and are just endlessly spinning it out again and again. Obviously, Moreau should have been more honest sooner, obviously. But it was just crazy. Everyone trying to get their fucking pound of flesh out of the situation, you know? Jesus Christ.
So, I don't have, like, any form of, like, authority over what people do. I, like...
What the fuck is this ethics and shit of journalism slot? Please make fun of the trans or something. This guy is, like, you know, called into question the veracity of my reporting. And I'm very annoyed about it, so I'm just watching him get, you know whatted on this stream.
Look, I've been very consistent about this, like, kind of everywhere, private and public. Like, I do not wish him any ill will. I wish the best for him. We, like, stopped talking because of, like, personal stuff. Like,
anyway,
stuff.
we'll finish this, and then I think we'll do this Beckett video about this goblin character, just to put a dot on this. And then I think there's some new Minecraft allegations that I believe have dropped. So the Minecraft rapepocalypse is making a return, it seems.
I mean, that didn't like flow into the public. Other people, I'm just kind of trying to like digest what you're saying to effectively respond to it and not like.
I mean, it has that private. I mean, because again, you've got like a group of people who you're saying, like, even with Flatley and Ant, you're saying. Mm-hmm. Well, we've been talking about the fact that I've been going over this jar stuff. I've talked to him, and that's like it's a thing we're joking about. But then if you're saying that about your behind the scene conversations, are you also talking about the stuff that's happened with morale? Is that like a driving factor? And like, because I'm trying to work out how you work.
The only people that I have like,
I don't know if I care about this morale stuff. Maybe that's enough. I don't know. What else happens here? Is that the main stuff about the jar shit? Do I need to watch anything else? I just don't really, the morale. I'm just done on the morale stuff, and finding out.
Wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thanks for the content.
Thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate it. No worries. My pleasure. My pleasure. I do my best. Okay. Don't forget, guys. Yeah. Okay. You want the Minecraft Ultimate Rate review? Okay. No, come on. It's only 20 minutes. Let me do the Beckett thing. Let me just do the Beckett video and then it's done, okay? I think it's a fun video. And also that Evan guy gets shit on and it's funny, okay? Come on. Trust me. Trust me, guys. And then, unless something else drastic happens, I think that'll be it until the jar response, I guess. Guys, it's all good. Won't take long. Trust me. Trust me, guys. I know what I'm doing, okay? Right. Where is it? Is this it here?
Welcome to this...
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, bro. Dude. Oh, man. There he is.
Welcome to this educational video guide on why shutting the hell up may be a choice you want to make in the future.
Hey, that's a good intro. Hey, that's good. I think that's good.
So recently, Romantic Goblin, a creator who came to prominence...
Okay. I always find this a bit unnerving. I'm not a fan of this.
...through the Lyo convoy drama, held a stream explaining gun safety. You may be asking, why would she do that?
It's literally the fucking Rantsona means business when he crosses his arms shtick, isn't it?
Well, that, dear subscriber, is a question that can only really be answered by talking about what happened behind the scenes in the Cinebear drama, and also how art commentary itself functions. Which is kind of convenient, because at this point, I feel like that's something I should talk about. And not just because I'm violently procrastinating on the several other projects my editor is DMing me about desperately on a daily basis asking for any kind of update. But why use this as a subject? Why talk about a content creator who at time of recording has deleted their channel and before that had less than 300 subscribers? To draw a comparison, during the Lyo convoy drama, one of the things that was brought up was the server that Hopeless Peaches used to essentially
How do I make money
Hey!
off depressed people?
Who's the streamer? You or Chud?
Thank you for the super
Let him put
chats.
slop in your ears.
plan his downfall and accuse him of abuse. Now this server, the Burger King logs, was a pretty interesting sideline, containing one channel that started as a place to post Nazi memes. And while that server is a great example of how ACC gay ops work, the challenge is that the wider drama around it is so convoluted that using it as an example requires quite a lot of setup. However, the
Yep,
Cinebed
that's
drama
true.
is kind of self-contained, which means I can use it pretty effectively as an example while using this group chat to show you a microcosm of ACC antics, which I hope should be pretty interesting. So, first off, let's give you a TLDR on the Cinebed scandal. Now, I'm not going in depth here, and I'm sure there are many elements which I'm missing out that you will be desperate to point out to me in the comment section below, but the long and the short of it is this. On the 15th of September 2024, a Google
Why is he so fruity? Why is this guy so fruity all the time? What is that about?
document and video was released by Cinebed's former roommate Birdie. Now this document contains a whole host of allegations, but the only one we really need to care about is that Cinebed groomed
Okay, I'm skipping this. We've gone through this so many times now. We literally do not need to listen to all of this. Okay, I'm skipping that.
Okay, Goblin's been in Senate for almost the entirety of its existence. Very early on from when it came online to a few months before I
Is that Leo
archived it.
Convoy?
Goblin took part, at least in terms of being an audience member, to the majority of the calls we had there when they weren't on hiatus, because they would disappear for months at a time. Had literally no problem, no issues in that server at all, at least none that they voiced, but only started taking issue when public opinion started turning. That's when Goblin decided, well, now I don't like Senate, now I'm going to talk about them constantly and make it into content. It's very obvious they are inconsistent in their values. Like they claim to me that they don't care because it's just the internet stuff, but good Lord, do they get attached. They actually do care. They just keep lying about it, I guess, to try to get cool points. Goblin is just a very strange person. I don't understand them at all.
I mean, my question is, Goblin seems to be hanging out here now.
Yep, Goblin peeks in the call occasionally here. Okay, that was creepy. In the calls occasionally here, primarily if Kumo hops in, I suppose. But it seems like they just don't care about what they've done recently either. They seem to think that it's a joke. Just a funny thing. Ahaha, that happened.
Goblin is, or in, well, point of fact, was, an upcoming creator in the space. She made her name as an archivist during the Lyo convoy.
Also, like, I don't know if it's another thing, but all these people have got these like avatars that they use, and then all of these avatars get used in like weird porno shit. I searched on X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, the other day for Romantic Goblin because I wanted to find a screenshot of something, some drama, on stream, and it came up with this fucking goblin person getting fucked. I was like, wait, what? It was like the first result. It was like I literally got a flashbang with it, and I was like, what, dude? Why is all these people drawing images of your avatars getting fucked and shit? I dread to think what's happened with some of the other characters in all of this, and what might be going on there.
Drama, but more recently had been streaming pretty regularly and trying to, well, gain some clout and recognition as a content creator in her own right. If Goblin has an archetype that they fit into, they're kind of like,
what, dude? Why has he got... Bro, why does Beckett use these fucking... all the facial expressions, bro? Is he trying to, like, fit... Is he trying to fit in with the community? Is that why this has been done?
the hidden heroines, the crystal flames, the Himpletons. The kind of people who kind of get the fireside chat of maybe stop talking before you actually annoy somebody. Speaking of, by the way, when I went to reach out to Evan for some kind of comment on this story, his first response to me was a DM telling me I'd lose and that there was some drama involving me and Xylie. Which, I'm gonna level with you, confused the living fuck out of...
Okay. This guy's got a bit of history with me and my community, okay? I was actually quite nice to this guy at one point. I was actually quite nice to him. He's a homosexual, okay? But yeah. So Evan, the reason like this came about originally is this was ages ago at this point. But I think Evan like occasionally maybe donated to my stream or something like that. But he ended up getting accused of like basically being a gawkmaster. You know, there was some fucking trans weirdo person who claimed that Evan had been like sexually harassing them or something. And Queeman ended up covering it and said that Evan didn't really do anything wrong. And this narrative that he'd harassed was bullshit. And Evan took this as a sign that Queeman was his friend. And so Evan was like latching himself onto Queeman and trying to be friendly with Queeman. And Queeman was like, yeah, you're a fucking loser, bro. I don't know why you're trying to fucking attach yourself to me. I'm just saying that I don't think you did anything wrong with like sexual harassment or something like that. And it's like he's got this issue and it feels like he's got this problem where he can't perceive this difference between someone that's being fair and balanced and then reporting on you and someone that is like likes you and is nice to you and wants to be your pal, right? And yeah, this is kind of Evan's whole issue on the internet. And he was one of the people that was in the Cinebear support group that has been helping Cinebear out. And I remember like seeing tweets from him defending Cinebear. And yeah, Evan also was the person that spoke to me. And I think I mentioned this the other day. But he spoke to me about introducing me to Kumo. So Kumo could come on and talk about the Cinebear stuff. So he's basically been a big part of all of this behind the scenes. You know, clearly feeling like he's got some sort of friendship group. Wanting to feel important and wanting to feel part of something. So, you know, the fact that he's talking about this. Beckett, you really want to play this game, you're going to lose. I mean, this is just... Because I was told some shit. Like, this guy is like a fucking nobody. He's like a nobody, loser, cretin freak. And he's trying to act like he's like, yeah, you want to play the game with me? You're going to lose big time. Bro, you're a fucking loser, dude. Who cares about you? And I don't want to believe it, so I was going to call you and hash this out. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Anyways, I'm at work.
Of me. Firstly, I want to talk about this group chat. Secondly, you brought up something between that me and Xylie did. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've got
the reason why is because I wasn't going to fucking put all my eggs in one basket. The main reason I'm not going to fucking... This was just me as a friend.
Where he streams. J. Keith. Where? And how do you know this? Dude. What? Did he stream about the Cinebear stuff? What's the channel?
Coming to you, making sure like, hey, I don't know what this is. I'm just going to double check because it could have been misconstrued.
I mean, as far as I'm...
That's what I asked, is that it could just be a misunderstanding.
I mean...
So what I'm being told... is that you and Xylie were threatening Himpleton to blackball him.
And if you want to...
Right, so that links into what we were just looking at. So this Evan retard is trying to claim that Beckett saying to fucking Himpleton, hey, this person's a loser and you don't want to be associated with them, is some sort of effort to blackball. And he's trying to use that as like this threat against Beckett now. Okay, dude. Just unfathomable levels of being a total cretin loser. Like, I mean, what planet are you on, bro? Oh, here we go. What is this?
All right, I'm about to spit some controversial shit and some real truths. So, if you can't handle the truth, then I suggest you watch one of my other more tame review videos where I bash commies a lot, or my streams, which you can catch at random times of the day. But anyways, let's start with the show, shall we?
Give me a screen, Corey.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, I mean, obviously we're not going to dig too deep into this. This is very mind-numbing content. What's this?
Well, it's a good thing that the music portion of the intro is over. Mainly because it doesn't run on a system that is recognizable to Streamlabs or OBS as a video game.
27 views. It's very clear that this dude is like trying to make something of this, you know? And so he's doing this gaming stream. He's trying to work behind the scenes to help out with this person. Wants a friendship group too. If you think, it's always like, oh, this fucking Himpleton guy's a total freak loser. At least he's getting, like, I think he had 20 viewers on his stream last night. At least he's getting something out of it. Whilst this Evan guy is helping a pedo out behind the scenes and streaming an old stalker game to 2 people. Oh my god. Very, very wretched behaviour.
To look into how this particular subsection works, here is Himpleton relaying a conversation I had on stream with him where he largely agreed with me, painting it as blackballing for some bizarre reason. Also, I'm not entirely sure I'd refer to myself and Xylie Gets Real as a ton of bigger YouTubers. But don't worry, this DM from Himpleton is actually relevant and we will be coming back to the circumstances surrounding it. Around the 21st of the 9th, the group chat starts to get into, shall we say, operational mode, with them posting different people's channels, including chudlogic himself, and comments such as this one from
Oh. Okay. So, right. This, bro. Right. So now we can see what happened, can't we? Right? So I'm getting touted as someone who is going to give, I don't know what they thought. Because the thing is, even I didn't know the full extent of the DMs, but I still looked at it all and I was like, okay, even if this isn't grooming, this Cinny Bear person is a total freak and like done crazy stuff. Like at no point did I ever think, oh yeah, Cinny Bear's in the clear, guys, don't worry. So I don't know why I was being touted so much. Is it just because generally I have a skeptical view on things and I'm willing to hear out the person that's been accused? Is that what it is? Yeah, it feels like, you know, this is the kind of stuff that Jar was playing with too. It's this kind of idea that I can be like manipulated to cover a story in a way that is going to be beneficial to like a certain person. It's like touting me as this individual. I'm known as the pedo apologist. And then let's have a look. 5th of September. 4th of September? Is that it? When was this? 21st of September. 20th of the 9th. Chud, I can tell you there was going to be backlash to Birdie's video. There will be a response. Chud, one of the investigators, Kumo, wants to get a call in and explain some things. Can't right now. Fuck, okay, maybe tomorrow. So he was messaging me at 6:35 p.m. Yeah, so this is kind of lines up. That was on the 20th of September. This is the 21st of September. So clearly Evan is speaking to me and seeds are being planted in order to try and... This is like a gay ops type thing, right? They're trying to use my channel to launder their perspective on this or something, right? And then getting Kumo on. You know, Kumo is fucking full of shit saying, oh no, I never defended Cinny Bear. I always said it was bad. I just don't think it's grooming. You know, total bullshit. Very interesting.
Operational mode, with them posting different people's channels, including chudlogic himself, and comments such as this one from Kumu, where he is literally offering to rewrite Cinny's script.
When you're done mapping out the script, you could do a Google Doc or text file and write out a draft of your script. I can revise your script for you and make adjustments for you that way. Right. Crazy.
The group itself seems to descend into full-on cope mode, seemingly treating the drama as a vindication of their own grievances as opposed to, you know, the fact that Cinny groomed a 14-year-old.
Okay, wait. These are leaks I haven't seen. Bro, dude, maybe... I was thinking this the other day. I didn't bother going through it all. It's too much. But I'm lazy. That's my problem, I guess. But there's some here. There's a community outside of Cinny's, which at the moment is also entirely against us, save for the few outliers. Animation, meme, and art community as far as I know. Good. Some of the people we want to make look stupid when this comes out. I thought this chat was to help Cinny, not use her as a mouthpiece. Right, so Evan has got wrapped up in some gay drama with these freaks, and he thinks this is an opportunity to clap back at them using this drama defending a groomer. Good one. Well done, Evan. Okay, we as in everyone who wants to help Cinny besides Nilla. Okay, yeah. We also want people who just latch to shit without thought to take a hit in the ego.
Opposed to, you know, the fact that Cinny groomed a 14-year-old.
You know, this whole situation, Cinny Bear was put in this kind of like group chat to help, but then it turned over time. Once they realised that Cinny Bear was fucked, they wanted to fucking jump ship, and so they had to do this kind of performative disavowal leading up to the call.
On the 22nd, we see the first mention of Romantic Goblin talking about a gun and mandatory wait times. And yes, this is the reason that Romantic Goblin recently did a gun safety stream, because she couldn't take being mocked for providing gun safety tips to a paranoid pedophile. Now, having spoken to 3 different people about this incident who have some knowledge of it, as far as I can tell, this was a joke said in a VC, and then Goblin went and asked Vlad if he could sell a gun to somebody who wasn't black. And I'm sort of paraphrasing here. And while Goblin has maintained that this is a joke, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If Vlad had turned around and said, yeah, sure, I've got an armory, what do you want? There is no question in my mind that she would have accepted that offer for the little bit of clout it could have brought her. Perhaps it was this that started spelling trouble in paradise as Nilla left the group around this time. But don't worry, Goblin was on top of it with a solid suggestion of the tone Cinny Bear should be taking in her video.
What is this?
Hey everyone, it's Cinny.
Oh my god, dude, no way. They were They were giving them the lines. Oh, these people are so fucking dishonest. They were giving them the lines of what to say to avoid trouble over this.
Yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff being said about me online lately. So I just want to set the record straight. First of all, let's talk about this whole thing with the 14-year-old. I know people are saying it's some big deal, but like, oh my god, she was talking to someone younger. But honestly, it wasn't that deep. Kids these days are way more mature than people give them credit for.
Oh my dude! Okay. Bro, you wanted me to skip this? This is content, dude. There's no way, dude. Literally using pedo logic to help defend them. Well, she was very mature for her age, you see.
And we were just chatting. Nothing weird happened. You'll act like I was some predator or whatever, when really, it was just a normal conversation. People want to blow things out of proportion just because they need someone to hate. And apparently, that someone is me.
Okay, normal conversation. It's also lying as well. The biggest thing to tell someone if they're responding to allegations like this is to be truthful and be honest. Okay? It's a big part of it. Because if you lie when you're accused of something, all that's going to happen is it makes you look less credible. And even if you're only lying about a small detail, that could be used to, you know, further discredit you. In some cases, unreasonably, because the overall allegation isn't true. But you lie about one thing, and then people start to think, well, what else could this person be lying about? So you've got to be truthful at all times. You can't lie. You can't be dishonest. And I think characterizing this as normal is a lie, because it is not normal. And obviously, what does normal mean? I think we all probably agree that it's not normal to send a censored rape comic to a 14-year-old, or send porn to a 14-year-old, you know, or send, you know, lengthy diatribes about your sexual interests and attractions to a 14-year-old.
Right now. And let me talk about Jack. That dude is straight up lying. I don't even know where he gets half the things he's saying about me. It's like he's just making things up for clout or attention. It's actually sad. He can't even keep his story straight half the time. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Jack's always been two-faced, saying one thing to me and then running off to the internet and saying something else. People need to start questioning his motives, instead of just blindly believing everything that comes out of his mouth. No one can, just him. He's a bipolar bitch. And yeah, some of you want to talk about my friends, the Cumwood clan cult. Like, what's the big deal? Kumu and his crew have been nothing but good to me. People get so hung up on the name or whatever, but honestly, they're just misunderstood. Yeah, they burn crosses for fun and wear white robes, but that's like their thing. It's not hurting anybody. And if you want to be part of something bigger, something real, maybe you should consider joining us. They're a tight-knit group, and honestly, that's more than I can say.
What? So they're just openly using this as an opportunity to try and grow their gay little friendship group. Oh my god, bro. This comes off as satire. I don't believe this is satire, dude. There's no way. Well, maybe I'm being a bit quick to judge. Because stuff like, yeah, there's some stuff here where I could see that read. Could be a joke, yeah, okay. Maybe I'm being too quick to judge, yeah. I mean, this stuff here about this is stupid. Yeah, okay. I'm too quick to judge. I'm too excited. I'm getting too excited. Let's pull it back a bit. Let's rein it in. This is, yeah, okay. I'm being retarded.
For most of y'all, will just stab each other in the back. People want to freak out about how they cut Kumo into their skin to join, but honestly, it's a commitment. You just don't walk into the Cumward clan cult without proving you're serious. And before people lose their minds over that, think about how many of you get tattoos for way less meaningful reasons. At least this has purpose. So yeah, if you're tired of all the fake friends and liars, like me and everyone else, why not come check us out? I did, and I'm finally surrounded by people who have my back. So, if you're tired of the fakes, of the judgment, come join me in the Cumward clan cult. We're building something that actually matters. You know what? I've been thinking about all the hate I've been getting lately, and honestly, it reminds me of how some of the most influential people in history were treated. Like, take Hitler, for example. I know people are going to freak out.
Now I look even more retarded. Yeah, obviously, yeah, okay, I get it. It's a bit. I was being stupid. They have put out stuff like this for the meme. I'd say take it as 60-40 real sentiment satire.
Mentioned him, but hear me out. He had ideas that a lot of people didn't agree with, and yeah, things got intense, but at the core, he was condemned for thinking differently. He wanted change, he had a vision, and just like that, everyone decided to paint him as the villain, because it didn't align with what they wanted to hear. Now, I'm not saying
you know, the thing is then I'd say is, this is a crazy effort post for some little satirical bit. I mean, this is fucking insane.
Out here trying to take over the world or anything like that, but I'm being condemned for my ideas, just like he was. People don't want to hear what I have to say because it doesn't fit their look.
Okay, I mean, obviously, the trolling here is, you know, if you take this seriously and it's an obvious joke, then you're retarded, but yeah, okay.
The perfect narrative.
You're trying to troll me now.
If you're not a cookie-cutter version of what they want to cancel you, tear you down, and act like you're the problem. But that's how it is, right? The truth makes people uncomfortable. They see me speaking out, they see me associating with groups like the Cumward clan cult, and they can't handle it. So they come after me, just like how people came after those who wanted to change the status quo. It's always the ones with big ideas, the ones who challenge the system, who get dragged through the mud. Look, I know people are going to try to twist what I'm saying here, but I don't care. I'm not here to play nice anymore. I'm done apologizing for being me, for aligning with people.
Oh! Okay, I've just seen as well. So Tectone's responding further to the thing, is he? Like, dude, we're laughing. We're laughing!
Actually support me.
Let's get
if that makes you mad. If that makes you uncomfortable, then maybe you should ask yourself why you're so quick to silence somebody with a different perspective. At the end of the day, history repeats itself, and the ones who are judged harshly now are often the ones remembered later. So yeah, keep talking. Keep trying to cancel me. Just know that you're not the first, and you definitely won't be the last, to come after somebody with a voice. I'll keep standing by my beliefs, and I'm not afraid to be hated for it. Honestly, inspiring. I find myself close to tears. And as funny as messages like this one are, the group chat highlights that the narrative spun to people that Cinny was being condemned, that people...
Okay, so yeah, it's an obvious joke, but it speaks to the kind of the mentality, right? Even if it's a joke.
...understood that what she'd done was wrong within it is just not accurate. In Goblin's Notes for the Slug Shit, she highlights that Cinny apparently didn't know that the 14-year-old had been groomed previously, and also that the 14-year-old lies about being pressured to keep in contact with Cinny. Whichever way you paint this group was trying to discredit a 14-year-old grooming victim.
Eno, in an interview, goes on to state multiple times Google Doc was made for Jack's video and it wasn't an event or something Cinny did to trigger it. Eno lies about pet names. Eno is dishonest about how immediately porn was shared. The 14-year-old is saying that the rape comic got shared immediately, but it was actually after about a week that it got shared. What sort of point is that, dude? What the fuck? These people are so lost, it's unbelievable. As if that makes any meaningful difference to the situation, that later on, and it's not even necessarily true, that it's dishonesty, it could just not be remembering correctly. Eno lies about being pressured to keep in contact with Cinny. Slug leads Eno into saying Cinny isolated her.
So comments like this one from Evan saying, I just want to gay ops them so bad, shouldn't come as much of a surprise. And while the narrative that's been spun to me is one of disengagement...
You wanna know why I fucking said the shit I said? It's because I was fucking trolling some of the people who were acting like they knew about any of this shit. You know what I had to deal with daily? I had to listen to the entire fucking thing get talked about over and over again. You know the definition of insanity? I had to live through it for almost an entire month.
Comments like this from Evan,
Oh my god, dude, this guy's such a fucking... No, you don't. Literally just log off. I mean, what do you mean? If a story's bothering you, just fucking stop looking at it. What? You're getting involved and then complaining about being involved. Or just don't get involved then and do something else.
reason why people are now starting to change their tune is because of how Kumu and Goblin and me have been questioning and prodding stuff. Speak of a much closer involvement in this story and much more investment in it, or at least a kudos.
I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm saying you're scaring me. How? Many people are turning on your side. If it makes you feel better, I can take a step back. Because we are making them think. I'm not a content creator, and I'm only really here to give my support. Cinny, you don't need to be afraid. The reason why people are now starting to change their tune is because our Kuma and Goblin and me have been questioning and prodding stuff. Kuma being a little shit in the comment section isn't going to turn people away. Everyone wants to kill me. Oh my god, everyone wants me dead. That's not true. They are retarded and use mob mentality. How do you think I'm able to speak shit in a bunch of people who hate me and then ignore them without fear of consequence because they can't do shit? Well, seeming like Evan has joined the ranks of the raped, from what I can see. Hasn't he, like, taken a step back or something? I don't know. Didn't he leave my Discord or something? I don't fucking know, dude.
It could bring the members of this little cabal. It's around this time also we begin to see messages from someone noted as redacted. Now, I don't know who this is, no one will tell me, that's fine, but let's talk about the hangers-on, the chatters, the additional people in ACC dramas who sort of flutter around the edges. In this case, we have another nice trinity, and that is Nilla, this redacted, and Ren. Now, I haven't focused in on any of these people, and I'm not really planning to here. The fact that redacted gets to be redacted seems a little unfair to me, and my understanding is that Ren has already been well run off in the Fallout. But allow me to make a prediction. Much like Goblin herself, the random chatters of today, the random members of places like Senate in the past, are the gay-opping wannabe content creators of the future, so don't be surprised if one of, if not all three, come out in a future drama where they think they can get a stab in at somebody they hate. After this video, it might even be me. But anyway, back to the ops, as we can see Goblin walk Cinny through, getting Jack's Discord ID so they can hack their account. On the 4th of the 10th, Kumu would actually leave the group, citing a message that was pointed out to him between Cinny and the 14-year-old, though this doesn't seem to sway other members who hang on. Now, the remainder of this group chat is largely Redacted and Goblin trying to steer this increasingly unstable individual in the direction they want them. But other than some notes about the Chud stream going terribly and the fact that Queeman apparently called
yes, dude.
in the direction they want them. But other than some notes about
Chud stream is going terribly to Mao. And that's Cinny Bear. So Cinny Bear has seen the takes. What do you mean? Jara's being shat on. It's great. God. So, also there's an element here where it's like, yeah, Jar's being shat on in the course of saying that he was way too soft on Cinny Bear. It's like, why are you celebrating that? Wasn't this supposed to be a group chat to support this Cinny Bear person? And now Jar getting torn to shreds over it is actually a good thing, apparently. Dude, these people are deranged, man.
About the Chud stream going terribly and the fact that Queeman apparently called her a pedo, which...
Bro. Also, Cinny Bear knows about Queeman. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear.
Which is fantastic. And no surprise, this group did not like Queeman very much, it seems. The rest of the...
It doesn't help Queeman labelling her as a pedo. Why is Chud... Oh my god, dude. I'm once again getting fucking... Why is Chud talking about looks when he's British and fat? Also, who is Queeman? Someone we don't want involved with this. Oh, we saw this already, didn't we? Oh, I think we covered this already. Okay.
Chat pretty much dies off around this time, as we get closer and closer to the implosion level. But finally, I want to talk about why I'm talking about this, aside from the fact that it's a pretty good example of how these things work.
It's
because Goblin couldn't shut the fuck up. In the earlier interview you saw with Lio Convo...
Come on, dude. What is this face? This can't be a serious thing, can it? He's making some fucking whatever... I don't know what we call this.
Boy, he mentions that Goblin is just hanging out in Guac Barrel now.
Hello,
now, to most
I'm
of
Beckett.
You, that won't mean anything.
Hello, guys, I'm Beckett, and I'm a total fucking queer.
But essentially, what Goblin is currently doing is, having been kicked from everyone else's servers, she's now hanging out in the Old Guard Senate server with people like Lio. And this hasn't been some gradual change over time, it's just that they're the only people who'll let her in. as that server is treated as a neutral space. And let's wheel back around to talk about Himpleton for a second.
Okay, that's
I had a stream a little while ago where it's basically chill out, watching.
Depressed people.
Can't get enough off the jar tent.
Oh my god.
Keep up the good old work.
Hey, Erica. Thank you very much for the $100. That's super generous. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that's
Content,
wonderful.
play video games.
But how do I make money?
Hey,
off
Tommy sees
depressed
cats.
It is what it is. Oreos deleted.
13.50. Interesting amount. Thank you for the super chat. It's very generous. Thank you.
Trying to get better at making that members content. By the way, it is terrible. But we were reacting to Himpleton's conversation with Slimebeast. And I basically invited Himpleton to come on to just talk about some of the criticisms for him.
Really wanting to just kind of take a break to like really reassess what I want out of streaming.
Oh my god, this guy
and
again.
just reorganize myself so that I can kind of have just some space from like the whole, like, kind of exactly what you're saying, where it's like this, I'm at like a crossroads, you know, and I want to take a couple weeks to literally just like kind of definitively get ready to turn away from I guess Turd Island, whatever the fuck that is, and like
That's
become,
what we call you.
become like the fucking, you know, a fucking actual normal streamer who like pulls in content, you know.
That's the thing. Is that what you want to do?
You'll never be a normal streamer. You cannot do this. You're totally felted, raped, and feased at every single turn. Himpleton, you might as well just give up, dude. You're not going to make it. You're not cut out for this, okay? Unlucky. You know, the fact that you would fucking be so nice to Goblin while you disingenuously claim that my coverage of you is that crazily wrong. And then you don't even want to come on stream and talk about it. Because you know you're going to get feased once again. It's just so obnoxious, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because listen, for the people who do community streams, if they're happy doing those streams, there's nothing wrong with that. It's your channel. Do what you want. But like, I used to do chill streams all the time. I don't do them anymore because the amount of shit that I caught because of those streams, I don't want to deal with it anymore. That's why I don't do my chill streams.
You can also, I mean, you can do both, right? You can.
During that conversation, we pointed out to Himpleton that people like Goblin, and this is not isolated to Goblin, are using his platform as a safe space to chat shit, and that was going to reflect on him and how other people saw him and his channel.
Get a grip, mate. You can't do it. You were literally talking about sitting online and talking shit all day. It's not a medical school. Okay. Just because it's not a fucking medical school doesn't mean that anyone has got the ability to do this and be successful, right? I mean, anyone can go live and talk shit. It's not difficult. But I'm saying that he doesn't have the mental fortitude and capability to do this on a long-term basis. How long has he been doing it for? And he keeps fucking up and doing snaky shit and being an obnoxious little prick. I mean, bro, what do you mean? He's just not good at this.
Channel. I think my exact words were, Goblin is a threat to you by being a liability. Himpleton agrees with this. And it's in reference to the fact that Goblin went on Himpleton's stream to basically take shots at commentary, particularly vague posting in the direction of Chris the Narc. I cannot stress enough that if Goblin had just shut the hell up, I would not be making this video, and people probably wouldn't be talking about the group chat. And that gun safety stream in particular is insane, with Goblin actively platforming somebody who is known in the community for spamming Lyo Convoy's address in chats. This dude has been banned from everywhere.
Okay, but
oh my god, this guy sounds crazy. There's any group chats. If you want to have a recorded call about it, if you're gonna type and delete it for 30 minutes, you may as well call me. Okay, Beckett win. I'm calling this a Beckett win. He's absolutely kneeling on Goblin here. Sorry, I'm fucking dyslexic, but just woke up. That's fine. More of the same response than I got out of Evan. Also, while I would call, family visiting for the holidays. I got to watch little kids, and I don't want you hearing that in the background. That's fine. I'll be honest with you, the group chat is pretty bad. If you get a chance to call, let me know. But, like, how I put it is this. I decided to leave commentary drama. Okay. Probably a good call, to be honest. But if all these little weirdos keep leaving, like, this is actually quite funny content. These people battling about with each other like little beetles. I don't know. It's like, you know, it's like getting two little beetles, two little insects together and putting them in a bottle and shaking them up and seeing what happens, dude. Like, what? We're going to go extinct, or the beetles are going to go extinct. We need these people to make this shit a drama, because sometimes it's fun to talk about. I decided to leave commentary drama. It was something I was considering before this drama, mostly due to shifting interest. I wasn't planning on DFEing. What does that mean? Except maybe my Twitter. I didn't plan on really even announcing it and just leaving it. I think looking back in hindsight and all, I was way too empathetic to her and realised I think me and others did give her a false hope, and I think even Kumo did, even if he didn't intend to. It is what it is. I think the situation, yeah, I mean... It is a very sad indictment if you were looking at the situation and you are in any way siding with Cindy Bear. I think the situation is stupid. Everyone involved was fucking retard and should have stayed away from it to begin with. I asked Akumu Vlad before their advice. They said just ignore it and don't respond further after your stream. Honestly, I'd rather not drag this out further or make it worse, and that's what I'm worried about. Any misspeaking or wrong word choice again. Or just re-spark. There's one person who was active, like I was in a group chat, and that I'm getting shit for it. I don't want to see others dragged. Evan is a spurg, but he's someone I care about too. Frankly, I don't want to fight with people I don't have the energy to. I don't have the logs to look back on and reference as I didn't save them, but I didn't want to drag this out further, and I hope you understand that, especially since Kumo has completely detached himself when DFE'd. I'll delete fucking everything, okay? And trust me, I thought the stunt he pulled with copyright strike was retarded. Sorry if I mess jumbled or if you don't feel like reading it. But you're still doing streams of the one last night with Guy merrily talking about doxing people and you're taking shots. And these logs are out now, they've been shared. He talked about Leo's dox, which Leo's doxed himself, and looking back, yeah, that was dumb streaming on with a troll friend. It was a lot more visceral than that goblin, and you hand wave it because it's Leo, while he's ranting about Enler as well. How does Beckett know all these fucking weirdos, dude? I mean, oh, that's what was taken down because I had an argument with him off stream about it, about not happy with how it was either. I mean, you look insane memeing about the gun thing. This isn't a moral F word. People are just laughing at you for it, and you did a cope stream. My impression is even you, not even Evan, realise how badly you have burnt your bridges with people, or the wider effects, like I'm censoring Ren in these, but other people won't. But others probably won't. Because again, I don't take the gun thing seriously, and maybe I should have just ignored it. I'm fine with people laughing about it. Well, timeline-wise, it doesn't look the way. Vlad wasn't added to the group until the 29th. You asked him on the 21st and posted in the group on the 22nd.
Banned from everywhere.
Okay, but to be honest, there's a lot of people that fucking spam the chat. So
Also, yeah, there's a lot of people named after us. How do you know for certain it's me? Huh? Well, other than the fact that I actually just confirmed it. Which I'm doing just to flex on you. I mean, what the fuck can you do to me? Seriously, like, bitch about it, cry about it, moan about it.
we're trying to dox.
Oh my god, you spammed us. What?
Yeah, okay, I'm just reading out. I'm pretty sure after I was with the guy who spammed people's comments trying to dox Leo. Okay.
Yes, I was! Yes, I was!
Okay, but like, Leo's doxed himself and his dox is out there. I kind of don't give a shit.
But it would be shortly after my conversation with her that Goblin would delete her channel, which is becoming a habit for people when I am covering them. That's Crystal, Scarlet Reaper, and now Goblin. Please stop, I'm trying to make content out of you. Please stop deleting your shit. As a final thought, Vlad...
Oh my god, Beckett is so annoying, dude. I tried to do the opposite. Like, people were saying, oh, you got people to delete the videos, and I was like, nah, come on, it's not like that. I spoke to them and they decided, whatever. Okay? Whereas this guy is kind of like, oh, yes, I got these total glup shitos to delete their channels, bro.
Was also in this group chat, and he provides us our fourth category of ATC gay ops, the people who were dragged in who really, desperately don't give a shit. His posts are minimal and are incredibly unsympathetic.
What the hell? I hear anal helps. Bro, this guy's fucking insane. Gilded poo.
But that's all I've got for you on this. More videos and projects coming up, and a big thank you to our molding members Ellington Moose, Sony Locks, and Star Sprinter.
I actually feel kind of bad for Gilded Poo, because Gilded Poo got like roped into it and clearly wasn't that involved, but now he's like in these logs. It's pretty rough. There we go. Right. Okay. On to the Minecraft rape. Guys, someone built a big tower and a bunch of people got raped in it or something. I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out. Gilded Poo is retarded. Well, that may be. But it's still pretty fucked to have that happen. Anyway, I need to take a quick break. Oh. Dude. What's an old... Dude, I'll throw up an old Minecraft rape review. Remember the Minecraft Bastards? That was pretty classic, wasn't it? Okay. Wait, Nicholas gave Aiden some advice.
Okay, 1 minute.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. Dioria, you're on the air. What's up?
Your streams suck and you're terrible.
Is that all you called me to say? Because my streams are a hell of a lot fucking better than yours.
Who cares?
Is that it? Is that it? Is that all you wanted to say?
Who cares? You're
Okay,
raped.
thanks. All right,
You're
goodbye.
totally
Thanks.
raped.
All right. What's up, Captain C? I'm back.
Who was
I'd
that?
rather go talk to Chud and Nick. I'm okay with that. but...
Oh, wait, hang on a sec. That guy thought that was me. He thought that was really me. That's a fucking sound. Dude. That was a sound clip of me. And the guy's like, if you want to go speak to Nick and Chud. There's no way, dude. That is crazy.